Welcome to Shawnee Mission District Stadium at Shawnee Mission South. Tonight's matchup between the 0-6 Shawnee Mission West Vikings and the 2-4 Shawnee Mission North Indians. It's senior night here at West. The players are getting lined up right now. I'm David Compton doing play-by-play, Mike Relihan doing the analysis, Chris Turner and DJ Turner doing camera analysis and stats tonight. Welcome to tonight's game. West is looking for its first win after dropping last week's game to Olathe East 28-23. It was a tale of two halves as West got down early, trailing 28-0 at halftime. The second half was all West as they scored 23 unanswered points but couldn't pull off the comeback. North enters the game at 2-4, coming off a 48-20 loss to Gardner Edgerton after winning its two previous games by 1 point each over Olathe West and Olathe East. We'll have
football players and cheerleaders.
Go back to the seniors right now as we got here, and we'll come back to the game after that.
On behalf of the Viking football and cheer teams, thank you for attending tonight's senior night. These student athletes would especially like to thank their parents and families for their loyal support and unwavering enthusiasm over the past 4 years. This year's senior class includes 21 football players, 2 football managers, 8 cheerleaders, and 3 yell leaders. Introducing Eloge Kadu, number 1. Eloge is being escorted by Stacy Williams Huff. His favorite football memory is his first touchdown as a Nighthawk. He has enjoyed all his football coaches as they believed in him and encouraged him to keep working hard. Eloge plans to major in sports medicine and go to the NFL. Damanveer Singh, number 2. Damanveer is being escorted by Amrit Singh. His favorite football memory was catching his first varsity pass. After high school, Damanveer plans to attend college. Number 3, Sebastian Garcia. Sebastian, known as Seabass, is being escorted by Jose and Olga Garcia. Coach Webster was his favorite coach for teaching him how to play to his full potential. Sebastian plans to go to college next year. Number 4, Aleo Gentry. Aleo is being escorted by Alessana Grisham. His favorite football memory was the first championship he won in 3rd grade. Coach Claypool is his favorite coach because he always jokes around and gives good advice. His plans for next year are undecided. Number 5, Will Humphreys. Will is being escorted by Steve and Dinah Humphreys. His favorite football memory was when Rob did the truffle shuffle in the locker room, and his favorite coach is Coach Wesley, who always pushes the boys to their ability to make them better. He also loves Coach's lectures and dance moves. He plans to go into nursing in the future. Number 8, Xavier Gleese. Xavier is being escorted by Spencer and Janice Gleese and Misty Gleese. His favorite football memory is beating Free State sophomore year. His favorite coach is Coach Callahan for pushing everyone to do their best. He plans a future in the culinary arts. Number 17, Brian Brown. Brian is being escorted by Tom and Cindy Brown and Josh and Mariah Chance. His favorite football memory was his first varsity minutes played. Coach Zigzell is his favorite coach because he's the funniest coach on the team. Brian is planning to go Pittsburgh State and major in business. Number 23, Jerry Maldonado. Jerry is being escorted by Geraldo Maldonado and Dora Pimentel. His favorite football memory is beating Wyandotte 70-6 in his sophomore year. Coach Davis is his favorite football coach because he's a good coach and he's funny. His future plans are undecided. Number 30, Bobby Kelly. Bobby is being escorted by Chris and Alicia Kelly. He appreciates Coach Davis for all the opportunities he's provided him. His favorite football memory was beating Free State during his sophomore year. Next year he plans to attend K-State and study business. Number 31, Christian Paleo. Christian is being escorted by Cristobal and Martha Paleo. Coach Callahan was his favorite coach at West because, win or lose, he always has a good attitude. Christian plans to attend K-State and major in history and political science. Number 32, Joseph Cadil. Joseph is being escorted by John and Christy Cadil. Joseph's favorite football memory is playing SUMO at football practice, and his favorite coach is Coach Reed. Next year he plans to attend Johnson County Community College to prepare for military service. Number 42, Julian Chavez. Julian is being escorted by Jesus and Nancy Chavez. His favorite football memory was coming back to beat Shawnee Mission North, and his favorite coach is youth coach Dave Tynes, who Julian said treated him like family, not just a player. Julian's future plans include attending KU and majoring in law. Number 43, Aiden Deckert. Aiden is being escorted by Steve Deckert and Brian and Kim Brooks. His favorite football memory is being elected team captain. In the future, Aiden plans to join the military. Number 54, Mark Tynes. Mark is being escorted by Dave and Kelly Tynes. His favorite football memory is when Big Tuna broke Chase's nose playing two-hand touch at summer weights. His favorite coach is Coach Claypool because he pushes them to get better while treating them as family. Next year, Mark plans to attend Pittsburgh State and major in construction engineering. Number 60, Chase Webb. Chase is being escorted by Angela Webb. Coach Claypool is his favorite coach because he has always supported Chase, even through his troublemaker stage in 8th grade. Chase is undecided about his plans for next year. Number 64, Hunter Dunn Remigio. Hunter is being escorted by Jesse Remigio and Jessica Remigio. His favorite football memory was when he first walked onto the field last season. His favorite coach is Claypool for bringing the kids food from his garden. Next year, Hunter plans to attend college, where he will major in business and is hoping to wrestle. Number 74, Andrew Lullamandir. Andrew is being escorted by John and Don Lullamandir. His favorite football memory is when Big Rob got trucked at Free State. In his spare time, Andrew likes to hang out with the boys. His future plans are undecided. Number 77, Dante Smith Posey. Dante is being escorted by Daryl Posey and Brenda Smith. Dante's favorite memory is when he went to Denver for the Football University National Tournament in 2014. His favorite football coach is Coach Claypool because he's known him for so long. He's undecided on his future plans, but intends to play college football. Number 79, Robert Roberts III. Robert is being escorted by Robert and Mary Roberts and his sister Morgan. His favorite football memory is when he ran into a wall and broke his wrist. Coach Claypool has inspired Robert to be his very best. Robert plans to attend JCCC for 2 years, then transfer to Pittsburgh State and major in automotive technology. Number 84, Alex Rosado. Alex is being escorted by Sarah Mahoney. Alex's favorite memory is playing football on the weekends with the guys. His favorite coach has been Coach Callahan, who helped him to make an easy transition when he moved to West. In the future, Alex plans to pursue a career as a general surgeon. Number 55, Mishak Kyoko. Mishak is being escorted by Lucy Kyoko and his sisters Joyce and Catherine. Coach Claypool was his favorite coach because he's a great, funny guy. In the future, Mishak plans to major in computer engineering. Introducing manager Rachel Conley. Rachel is being escorted by Barry Conley, her sister Hannah, and her nephew Kristen. She likes football coach Siskel because he always knows how to put a smile on everyone's face. After high school, Rachel plans to attend KU and become a pediatric surgeon. Introducing manager Azaria Williams. Azaria Williams is being escorted by Andrea Williams. Her favorite football memory is being able to work with the boys and meeting the other managers, Rachel and Kelsa. Her future plans are to become a school teacher. Ladies and gentlemen, let's hear it for the senior football players. And now, let's welcome the seniors of the varsity cheer. Introducing Samantha Cardenas, escorted by Daniel and Zelaya Cardenas. Future plans to attend college in California to study criminal justice. Her favorite cheer memory was her first varsity game. She gives special thanks to her dad for always being there for her, no matter what. Haley Crane, escorted by Lynn and Karen Crane. Future plans are to attend college to study biology and pre-optometry. Her favorite cheer memory was last year's varsity campout. Special thanks to my parents, rather her parents, for their ongoing love and support. Lauren Helsel, escorted by Jay, Michelle, and Ryan Helsel. Her future plans are college. Her favorite cheer memory is the campout during junior year. She wants to give special thanks to her best friends and parents for always supporting her. Charlie Jansen, escorted by Dan and Barb Jansen. Charlie's future plans are to attend the University of Kansas and study marketing. His favorite cheer memory is going to cheer camp and hanging out with all of his friends. He wants to give special thanks to his parents for supporting him all throughout high school. Romaine McClinton, escorted by Calvin and Christy Butler and Christian. Romaine's future plans are to attend a four-year university to cheer and study to be a clinical nurse leader. His favorite cheer memory was his first game because he was pretty nervous, but there's nothing like being on the sidelines supporting your school and just having fun. He wants to give special thanks to his family, of course, because he doesn't know what he'd do without them. He also wants to thank his coach for putting him on the team this year and his friends for pushing him to do something he loves. Walker Nickel, escorted by Rob and Lindsay Nickel. Walker's plans are to attend college. His favorite cheer memory was learning to shoulder sit with Jaden. He wants to give special thanks to his parents for everything they've done for him. Antonia Pena, escorted by Rachel Terry and Louis and Jennifer Pena. Antonio's future plans are to attend Johnson County Community College, where he will study automotive mechanics. His favorite cheer memory, last year's cheer campout. Antonio gives special thanks to his parents and friends for always supporting his decisions. Mary Petrosian, escorted by Sita Ogachian and David Petrosian. Mary's future plans are to attend the University of Nebraska-Lincoln to major in exercise science and become a physical therapist. Mary's favorite cheer memory was during junior year when Shawnee Mission West beat Free State during basketball season, and no one thought we would. Mary gives special thanks to her friends and family for being there for her and supporting any decisions she has made. Danielle Robinson, escorted by Dennis, Darcy, and Davis Robinson. Danielle's future plans are to attend Missouri State University to study speech pathology. Her favorite cheer memory, making bonds with a team that she will never forget, and all the funny times she's had with her teammates. She gives special thanks to her family for supporting her in everything she does, and her friends for always being there for her, and the teachers at West who have taught her to be successful. Gracie Sherrard, escorted by Len and Melissa Sherrard. Gracie plans to attend college to study elementary education. Her favorite cheer memory, the feeling of accomplishment after finishing the competition routine every year. She gives special thanks to her favorite teacher, Miss Lawler, for always giving her the best advice and never giving up on her. Catherine Manrique, escorted by Amelia Cajelas, Alejandro Manrique, Alex Manrique, and Hermelida Cajilas. Future plans, move to Cali to study social work and to help with foster care systems for JUCO. Her favorite cheer memory, prank wars with the varsity squad last year. She gives special thanks to all of her cheer coaches for pushing her to be the best, the football and basketball teams for making it so much fun to cheer for them, her amazing team for always putting a smile on her face, and of course her family for everything. Dear Shawnee Mission West Varsity, she says thank you for the memories. She loves you guys, and you'll be missed next year. Ladies and gentlemen, let's hear it for the seniors of the Shawnee Mission West Varsity Cheer.
And that's your seniors for tonight, the football team and the varsity cheer. The seniors for band and dance will be presented at halftime. Again, welcome back to Shawnee Mission District Stadium at Shawnee Mission South. Tonight's matchup between the Vikings of Shawnee Mission West and the Indians of Shawnee Mission North. Coach Callahan is 103-60 overall at West and is 11-1 versus Shawnee Mission North. This will be the first meeting between these two teams since the 2015 season, which was a 48-7 West victory. Again, as we saw, it's senior night, and the seniors have been football seniors have been announced, and band and dance will be announced at halftime. I'd like to welcome in Mike Relihan and DJ Turner right now, and Chris Turner will join us in the second half and talk a little bit about this game. Guys, as we saw last week, a little bit of a quick recap on last week. Honestly, the first half of last week's game probably couldn't have gone worse, and the second half of last week's game maybe couldn't have been better. It was really a really good second half, and you got to hope they can capitalize on that.
Yeah, Dave, it was actually it was like watching two separate games, as you said. I know we were pretty discouraged at halftime, thinking, what do we have to do to turn this thing around? And we had discussed the idea that, hey, this is a game of adrenaline. These are young guys, and they can actually turn it around. Whether we actually believed what we were saying or not, West obviously put it put it in motion in the second half. So it was fun for several reasons. I think for us to see West finally not go through that second half slide, see them score their first points for the first time in the third quarter, and actually to put together 3 scores, come up with 23 unanswered points.
So as we look at tonight's matchup, it's probably I don't know, it's North has most of the statistical advantage, but it's really not that far off.
No, and it's kind of like we talked about last week. It's really kind of the same type of teams. Pretty evenly spread. I mean, what you'll see between West and between North, they're really not passing teams, even though the stats will kind of show you that they're relatively balanced attack. They both kind of live by the run, and I think that's where you'll see the success. I think the decided difference is when you're looking at the number of points given up. Now, I hate to give the nod to West when you say, hey, they got the nod and they've been giving up 33 points, but you got North that's actually giving up more points. They're giving up 44 points a game. And I think a big factor tonight, we'll see that playing later, North actually averaging 3 turnovers a game, Dave, which is big.
So we'll pause real quick for the national anthem. The West Pride Marching Band under the direction of Bill Thomas and Kevin Hoopy, with drum majors Betsy Armstrong, Alicia Taylor, and Grace Loya.
Please honor their sacrifice and courage by removing your hats and standing throughout the playing of our national anthem. The band would be honored if you would join them in singing the Star-Spangled Banner, followed by the West High School alma mater.
The West Pride Marching Band with the national anthem, and we'll get the we'll go. The clock is already down to 10 seconds for the game, but neither team is out. So we'll talk a little bit here during the alma mater and the fight song, and as the teams come out on the field. But Mike, as we go, let's go look at some of the West offense players. They really kicked it into gear in the second half last week. It was probably as impressive as a half of football as I've probably seen a West team play in the last year and a half. And some of these guys, we got some seniors on here and some juniors that some seniors that are out there for the last time.
Yeah. And I think this is going to be one of those games, Dave, where it's going to be a real emotional game. As you pointed out, you've got senior night here at West. Seniors for the last time on this field, really going to try to make an impact. I know when you look at these kids and they've gone through the year that they did, last week coming back, having a really good game. Tonight's going to be really special to these guys, and I really wanted to point out some of these seniors that I think will really make an impact tonight. And we'll start out with number 5, wide receiver Will Humphreys. I truly believe that tonight's going to be a night where you're going to see him get involved. He's averaging 15.3 yards per reception, and so it seems really ridiculous. I don't want to say ridiculous, I'm sorry. It seems highly unlikely that you won't want to try to get him a part of your offense, because when he touches the ball, he's one of these guys that's kind of a threat to break it at any time. And so we saw more success last week getting the ball out over the air. So I really think he's going to come into play tonight. Next, talking about 2 of your senior linemen, and that's Mark Tynes and Dante Smith-Posey. again, West is going to have to employ the running game to make sure that they're successful tonight. These guys are seniors. They're going to step it up. They're going to want to have a big game, and I see them playing big tonight. Number 32, Joseph Cadillo. I'm saying here on the slide, underrated. The only reason why I say underrated is because he's one of those guys, fullbacks never get the credit where credit's due. They're the guys running up through the line. They're blowing the holes up for the running backs who's getting all the glory. But what one underrated stat is, when he does get the ball, he's averaging 3.6 yards a carry, and when he catches the ball out of the backfield, almost 12 yards a reception.
That bread and butter play out of the backfield for the fullbacks out in the flat.
Exactly. Now,
the next guy I thought played tremendous on both sides of the ball last week.
Oh my God! What a big difference getting Trayvon Gilliard back last week on both sides of the ball, but especially running the ball. He's averaging nearly 6 yards a carry. He's definitely going to get involved in the offense. He's just under 100 yards per game, but he actually had 2 games this year well over 100 yards. Again, factor him into a big part of this game. And then Wesley Clark, number 21, leading the team in receptions with 27 and 323 yards, 4 TDs, 2 last week in the air. He's going to play into the game very big this week.
And we look at defense. And so everybody watching, we're right about the clock's already went to 0, so we'll probably start here in about the next 5 minutes. So some of this pre-game preview of the game may go into a little bit of the first series of both teams. But look at the West defense. The other thing is they really stepped it up in the second half. They were, I thought they were passive. They played passively, and in the first half last week, and it really showed in what Olathe East did offensively. But I thought they were very aggressive in the second half.
Yeah, and I think they were just challenged at halftime. How could you not be? You were playing a team that had one victory, and you'd given up 28 points in the first half. You kind of got sucker punched, so to speak, and I'm sure that the coaches just challenged them. So this, again, I think you're going to see a lot of seniors tonight. I expect a lot of the seniors to get involved and be a big impact in the game tonight. So I'm going to start out with number 8 and recognize Xavier Galeese, leading the team in sacks. Dave comes off the end. He's got to really seal the end for West to be effective tonight. Number 60 in the middle, Chase Webb. Again, one of those guys that's kind of down in the trenches. Again, you get very little credit as a guy there, but he's a guy that's taken up a lot of blocks, creating a lot of chaos right at the line of scrimmage. Aleo Gentry. I don't think we've mentioned him this year with regard to just pregame slides, but number 4 out there at defensive back, averaging almost 5 tackles a game. He does a really good job. And one thing you see is you don't see a lot of people going over the top on him, and I think he does a great job at cornerback. Mishak Kyoko, again, we've talked about him. I think he's a big emotion guy. I'd be really surprised if on senior night you don't see him having a couple big plays and really trying to stir up the excitement with the rest of the team. And then, of course, Wesley Clark, team leader, 61 tackles, 2 interceptions. What a leader out there that kid is.
So we look at Shawnee Mission North offense. I know we talked about this on the way to the game. You really like this Conaway kid.
This Billy Conaway, big body. I mean, this kid's 6'1", goes about 210, and can really run. What you'll see with him is they'll get him involved, whether they get involved in a jet sweep. I saw him go for a bubble screen where he almost broke one last week. So again, I'd be surprised. He's one of the most talented kids on the field, and I know that he's looking at playing ball next year somewhere. Next, number 6 is Zach Bush, quarterback. I hate to say this because we say this all the time, but he is kind of one of those game managers, Dave, because they kind of have that balanced attack. So they're not a big passing attack, but he's effective when they pass, and basically look for him to do kind of the bubble screens and the short passes over the middle. Derek Quinn, number 21, out of the backfield. He's that little scat back, he's a short guy. He gets lost back there, but he's got that quick first step. Watch out when he gets out on the open because he can break it. And then last guy we've got is Noah Laird, another kid who's probably looking to play some ball next year. Noah plays on both sides of the ball, but see him at wide receiver, they'll be looking for him to throw the ball to him as well.
And then defensively, they play some guys both ways, but these are all different guys that you got here on the screen.
Yeah, I think that their front three are pretty good. These are the guys that create a lot. They run kind of similar defense. They have 3 down linemen. They're going to have 4 linebackers. So look for these 3 guys on the line. Number 64, one of their big guys, Jaden Zamora. He's going to really jam things up in the middle. You got number 71, Rylan Miller, and number 58, Brendan Amons. Those 3 guys really create a lot of havoc up the middle and try to free things up for their backers. And then you're going to look at speaking of the backers, number 8, Sincere Dubois. And Dave, as we were kidding around on the way over here, I just like the way that name rolls off the tongue, Sincere Dubois. So hopefully we get to call his name a lot tonight after West goes downfield for about 10 yards.
So we'll come back into some keys of victory here. West won the toss, as elected to defer. And here's the starting specialist for tonight. And, you know, the funniest thing is, guys, I put this out here because Ruben Anderson has started every game at kicking, place kicking, extra points, everything, kicking off. And first time I do this, and they get another kicker in here. So it looks like it's number 31, Christian Paleo, who's the senior, kicking on senior night, taking it to 30, and North is going to take it all the way up to the 50 and across the 50-yard line to the West 48. So a short kick, North will take it with 11:54 left to go here in the first quarter, and they'll start on the West 47-yard line.
Well, one of the things we're going to talk about later, we're going to talk about keys of the game, and I really feel like field position is going to be big tonight, Dave. And the first thing we do is we're giving North a short field. So let's see if the defense can step up and get a stop here on this first drive.
So here's some of the guys you're going to look for on West: is Xavier Gleese, senior, number 8, Chase Webb, number 60, Mishak Kyoko, 55, and Dante Smith-Bosey, 77. North out of the shotgun. There's the give, and he's going to take it around the right side, and he's got a big hole. Number 21, that's De'Aret Quinn, who's their big guy. He brings it all the way up for a first down. A nice run of 20 yards on first down.
Yeah, we had talked about this guy in pregame, Dave. Again, little guy, he's about 5'7", but he's super quick. You get him just takes up a little space. You get out in the open, and he's just dangerous. He's a guy that could actually take it all the way.
So Zach Bush in the shotgun and the pistol formation. They give to De'Aret Quinn again, and he's going to be met right about the 25-yard line. So a gain of 2, but a nice job by the West defense right there. And as we look in the linebackers for West who filled those holes nicely, you got Jacob Port, number 59, Caden Richardson, 48, a sophomore who had a nice game last week, I thought.
He's played in the last 2 games, Dave. He's come up big.
Trayvon Gilliard, Jr., really nice game, both sides of the ball last week, and Mike Williamson, number 28, a junior linebacker. So it'll bring up 2nd and 8 at the West 25-yard line. And then a little bit of a high snap. There's pitch back. What a catch by De'Aret Quinn. He's going to take it all the way up, and he's still alive inside the 15-yard line, down to the 13-yard line. Nice catch by Quinn on that one.
No, you know, he did a really nice job of keeping pitch relationship, and the ball came out a little bit high from Zach, and he just did a nice job of pulling it down. For West, could have been a real opportunity. Now, one of the things we did talk about, Dave, we talked about the averaging 3 turnovers a game. One of the knocks on De'Aret Quinn is he's had a couple turnovers with regard to fumbles. So let's see if we can maybe come up with a turnover sometime today.
And then defensive backfield, Will Humphreys, number 5, Alea Gentry, number 4, Cadeau, number 1, Wesley Clark, 21, Anthony Morris, 20, and we'll see Jalen Blewett, number 6, back there every once in a while too. That ball's taken straight ahead by number 24, Tremaine Jackson, to the 7-yard line, which will bring up a 2nd and 4.
Interesting. Now they got inside the red zone. They can bring in a little bigger back. Tremaine goes a little bigger, 6'2", almost 200 pounds. So bringing in the big bodies.
So 2nd and 4 at the 7-yard line of West. There's the give to Jackson. He's going to try to bust it outside. There's no going there. He gets a yard to the 6-yard line, but it'll bring up a really big 3rd and 3.
3rd down.
Yeah, I think here's a big play. You start out, it's a typical feel yourself out at the beginning of the game. Unfortunately, we started out giving them a short field, so we're up against our goal line already. If we come up with a big stop here, Dave, it'd be a nice way to stall this drive out, get the ball back, and turn this game around.
So a big play here, 3rd and 3 at the 6-yard line, and North can get a 1st down. There's the give to Quinn, and he gets. Oh, he tries to spin out of it, but he gets it forward to about the 5-yard line. They're going to have about looks like actually the 6-yard line.
That'd be interesting to see if they.
So they give him at the 5, so a gain of 1. So it will be 4th and about 2 at the 5-yard line.
Nice job by the West defense, Gleese, Clark, these guys out here sealing the ends and actually stopping. So if we come away only giving away 3 points, I think that's a moral victory for this first drive.
And I think it's Dominic Cluey's on. Nope.
Let's go, Vikes! Colton Bender is good.
So number 3, Colton Bender is the kicker for that, and it is good, and it makes it a 3-0 game. So a 6-play drive results in a 22-yard field goal by Cluey. And you know what, guys? For where that started, or at the West 47-yard line, you're giving up field position like that. Not a bad job of getting out there with only 3 points.
No, and like I said, it's a field position is so important in a game like this, especially when you're talking about possessions. And on a typical kickoff like that, on typical coverage, we would ball spot somewhere between the 25 and 35. They drive upfield 20-some yards. You're punting. In this case, we give up the ball on our side of the field. You get 20 yards and you put yourself in field goal position. So, yeah, I'd hand it to the defense for getting a stop there. Now, what we'd like to do is let's pick up or take off where we took off last week, and see if we can get that offense going right away, Dave, and get a good first drive.
So Gilliard and Wesley Clark are back to receive that kick. It's going to be taken by Wesley Clark. He's coming around trying to get outside, but brought down at the 27-yard line. That's where West will start. 1st and 10 at their own 27.
Tackle on the play by number 7, Noah Lard.
All right, West, let's go!
So North took 3 minutes and 20 seconds off that clock on that first drive to get the 1st down, all on the ground, and it results in a 22-yard field goal for a 3-0 North lead. West starts here. Callahan under center, Cadillo at fullback, and then there's give to Gilliard. He's going to try to bounce it outside, and he's up to the 35, sidesteps the defender, and goes out at the 40-yard line. Looks like he might have got to the 41, but they mark him out at the 40-yard line.
Nice play, Dave. And I'd like to point out Xavier Gleese, nice seal block on the outside to spring Gilliard to the outside. That was it was key to that play being successful.
And there's your backfield again. C.J. Callahan, number 10, a junior at quarterback. And then another junior, Trayvon Gilliard, number 27 at running back, and Joseph Cadillo, the senior, at fullback. And the give to Gilliard again, he's going to step up, and he's getting to the 45, and he's trying to fight for midfield, and he's got it. He's got midfield and another West 1st down.
Number 27, Trayvon Gilliard.
And just some really great blocking in, Dave. And And, we talked about having Trayvon Gilliard in the backfield last week. What a difference it makes to this offense. So, again, what a great start to this drive, and let's see if we can keep it going.
So Gilliard with a gain of 13 on the first play and a gain of 10 on the second play and 2 first downs. And there's the give to Cadillo right up the middle. And he's going to go forward to, I think he got to about the 47-yard line. Maybe a little, looks like a gain of 3. One linesman, they're going to go between the 47 and 48. So probably officially we'll give them a gain of 3 because we're generous like that.
I think 3 is apropos, Dave.
Yeah.
And I forgot to point out, the slides are a nice addition to the program.
Yeah, thank you. Works that way. We're going with 3. And there's the give to Gilliard, who dances his way up to the 45-yard line, and a gain of 2. We're not as generous, I guess, there. So Gilliard gets a gain of 2 up to the 45-yard line. It'll bring up a big 3rd and 5 here.
I always be generous to the fullback. Like we said, they never get the credit where credit's due. So
Callahan back in the pistol for the first time tonight, and he's looking out, and he's got Wesley Clark. Wesley's going to slide. Yeah, he's got his man. 30, 25, 20, 15, 10. He breaks it up inside. Touchdown, Wesley Clark. What a move by Wesley Clark after catching that short pass, and he takes it 45 yards all the way to the west end zone.
Nice move by Wesley Clark. First of all, getting rid of the D-back that he was on him, and then give Will Humphreys credit for downfield block, about the 10-yard line to free Wesley Clark to get in the end zone.
So a nice 45-yard touchdown pass from C.J. Callahan to Wesley Clark with 6:52 left. Gives West a 6-3 lead pending the extra point, and it will be Ruben Anderson on to kick the extra point. West calls a timeout. Play clock was going down.
Now go back to that play, Dave. Just great execution. First of all, Wesley Clark doing a little wheel route out of the slot. C.J. Callahan hitting him dead on run. Wesley getting away from the D-back that was manned on him. And then again, Will Humphreys for downfield for really springing with a nice block about the 10-yard line just to get him in the end zone.
So this is a good time to show the starting receivers for the West Vikings. Wesley Clark, number 21, with that 45-yard touchdown catch for the to get the lead. Will Humphreys, number 5, Damanavir Singh, number 2, as the wide receivers you'll see tonight. Xavier Gleese is the tight end. Alex Rosado will be another tight end you'll see. And here's Ruben Anderson on for the point after attempt. It's up, and it is good. So that's a 7-0 West lead. And hey, I guess, guys, or 7-3. I'm being too generous too, aren't I? So at least I got people to keep me honest up here, so It'll be good. So 7-3, and you know what, guys? The good thing is, looks like they may have picked up where they left off last week.
Yeah, they did a really good job there of getting downfield, running the ball. Trayvon did a good job running the ball there. Then they got the good pass for 3rd down right there. And Wesley did a good job of making a move and getting upfield and scoring that touchdown right there. And as you were saying, Dave and Mike, that was a good job by Will Humphreys downfield, making a good block to free up Clark for the touchdown.
Yeah, and the thing I liked about that drive as well is positive yards on every play. Okay, not getting knocked back, not having any negative yards, and probably the biggest thing, no penalties. You know, probably the biggest knock, our biggest Achilles this whole year is every time we get some momentum going, we're sending it and we knock ourselves back. No penalties on that drive.
So Ruben Anderson on to kick this one this time. And there's the kick, and it's going to be taken by North at the 12-yard line. Taking it straight up the field, now cutting back to the right and upfield. He's got a nice cutback. And I tell you what, guys, he just outran everybody in the corner. There's your Conaway. A 88-yard touchdown return by Conaway. Interestingly, we have a flag back here, so it will come back. So it's not going to be an 88-yard touchdown, but oh my, Mike! I tell you what, you said he was a beast. he displayed it on that play right there.
I'll tell you what, it deceptively fast. He brings the ball outfield. You're not going to arm tackle this guy. And then once he got to the outside, it's amazing how many West players tried to take an angle on him and just took the wrong angle. He outran him all the way to the end zone.
So what would have been an 88-yard touchdown return and is going to come back, I think, to about the 48-yard line. It looks like there's a personal foul around the 33. Actually, it may have been at the 35. So it's probably going to bring it back here to midfield. But that'll set up North with great field position again.
No, thankfully for West, there was the penalty. It's going to bring the ball back. But again, you're giving up a short field. Hopefully they learn from that. Number one, gentleman's name is Billy Conaway, okay? I don't think we'll miss him anymore. He's a big body out there, and he's a big body that moves quickly. So anyway, big sigh of relief on the West sidelines, and let's see if we can hunker down and stop this drive.
So West catches a break there with the penalty. North will start at midfield. 1st and 10. There's the give to Diarek. And he's going to sidestep a guy and get up to right at the 46-yard line. So Quinn up to the 47-yard line. So a gain of 3.
Yeah, and I think what you see with this North team, Dave, is you're going to get kind of the 1-2 punch. You're going to get Diarek and you're going to get Tremaine. Kind of big body, small body. Diarek, shifty guy, you like to get out in the open, and Tremaine, obviously, they bring him in when they bring the big package.
So receivers set to either side. Bush in the pistol, and there's a give to Quinn. He's trying to get around the right side. He sidesteps inside to the 40-yard line. He'll have his first down to the 39-yard line. So a gain of 8 yards down to the 39-yard line. And yes, and they're discussing here, so we're past the replay. Wesley Clark reached in and grabbed that ball away from him, but they'll say that North player was down before that ball came loose.
Yeah, and I'm sure West picked up on the same things we picked up on with all the turnovers, and Diarek he holds that ball a little loose out there, and give Clark some credit when he went in and grabbed the tackle. He took the ball and actually took the ball away. Just say he was whistled dead.
Bush again in the pistol, which I'll probably say all night long. There's the give to Quinn, which I may say all night long too. And he gets the ball almost taken away from him again by number 23, Jerry Maldonado. But he gets a gain all the way up to the 33-yard line, so a gain of 6. And we'll have
Yeah, I was just going to say we have a timeout.
The referee is calling timeout here. 5:09 left to go in the first quarter. Vikings 7-3 over the Shawnee Mission North Indians. Conaway in the slot. There's Bush, gets the snap. He's going to look, and I think he's just throwing it up for Conaway, who beats his man, and Conaway is bound and determined to get in the end zone anywhere he possibly can. A 33-yard touchdown, and we'll watch this replay here. Bush just threw it up, and Conaway got behind his man and in for the touchdown.
Yeah, so, not the best pass, Dave, but when you've got a guy as big as Conaway, and he just literally just went up, took the ball, and found himself in the end zone.
I'm never one to say bad coverage about West, but that was pretty bad coverage right there. If Clark could have turned his back and turned around and went for the ball. Ball was pretty underthrown. He could have probably came up with an interception or at least knocked the ball down, but that was a pretty good job, pretty good catch by Conaway right there. Yeah,
and I think they just took advantage of the fact that they had been running the ball. And the thing about Conaway, again, big body, you're going to have to pay attention to him. He's by far one of the best athletes on the field out there. And Clark just biting on the run too quickly. And with no safety help over the top, Clark obviously being the safety, and all the quarterback had to do was just throw the ball up there. Conaway really just cherry-picked that out of the air.
So a 33-yard touchdown pass from Bush to Conaway makes it, and the extra point makes it 10-7. Shawnee Mission North with 4:49 left to go here in the first quarter. And, in the slides in the beginning, I think you said they're giving up 44 points a game and we're giving up 33 points a game. And we're on pace to see something like that tonight, the way it's going.
Yeah, I was going to say, this is like a track meet already. So if you're up for high-scoring games, buckle in. It could be a big game tonight.
Clark will take it around the 15-yard line. Oh, there's a horse collar, which is going to get called. So West will get it up to the 35-yard line, but they'll be starting at midfield now. I tell you what, guys, they've started 3 out of 4 drives and started around midfield. This is pretty crazy.
I'm sorry if I blew everybody's ears out on that one. When I see somebody's body going one direction and their head going another direction, it seems to get a reaction out of me. I'm just glad that Wesley Clark said okay, because boy, that was a nasty hook on the helmet.
Nasty little horse collar there. As they talk through here, I saw it, horse collar, but it was a face mask. Yeah. We'll go through some of the starters on the offensive line for West. Left tackle Mishak Kyoko, number 55. Left guard Carson Lula, number 61. Number 54 Mark Tynes at center. Number 52 Adam Hawkins at right guard, and number 77 Dante Smith Posey, a senior. So he goes senior, junior, senior, junior, senior across that line there.
If I'm West here, I'm going back to that same plays on first down. Just see if it'll work again. If not, get back to running the ball.
Same lineup.
There's the run. It's given to Trayvon Gilliard. It's going to spin his way up to about the 46-yard line and a gain of 6. And that was a 5-yard face mask, not a 15-yard face mask. That's pretty interesting. The way his head snapped there, I'm pretty surprised that was only a 5-yard variety.
Boy, Dave, I was thinking the same thing. I don't know how you almost take a guy out of his shoes and call it a 5-yard face mask, but anyway, we'll be happy with the ball.
So Gilliard spins his way for 6 on first down, brings up 2nd and 4 here at 46-yard line. There's your pass. It's tipped this time. Will Humphreys is going to take it out in the side. He's going to make some moves, and he's all the way down to the north 36-yard line. So, DJ, you got your pass again.
I like to see it. West is getting out of the run, which they do a lot, which isn't bad. But also, if you do it too much, you kind of giving up your game plan. But if you throw the ball a little bit more, obviously that worked right there, and they're doing a good job of getting completions, getting stops up there up front, make sure there's no pressure to the quarterback.
So 18-yard gain on that pass to Will Humphreys. And there's the give to Trayvon Gilliard, who's going to keep trying to battle his way forward. Gets about, we'll be generous this time, I'm going to give him 4 up to the 32-yard line.
Yeah, and again, just the point that we made previously, I like the fact that every play there's been positive yards. It allows you as an offensive coordinator, you've got so many more options when you've got positive gains on each play, as opposed to getting yourself 3rd and long.
So I was being too generous. They're only going to give him 3 here. So it'll be a 2nd and 7 at the 33-yard line. Now it'll be a 2nd and 2 because there's a penalty.
Hey, I'm going to say this, guys. I think Trayvon's got probably one of the nastiest jump cuts I've seen in football in a while, because he does a great job. That carry he just had probably would have come up with maybe a yard, if not no yards. He jump cut twice and got positive yards right there, which is pretty good. I like to see it.
And I think, and as you said, DJ, what's so great about it then is he's back up to full speed so quickly.
Right.
So many guys can do that, but then it takes him a while to get going again. He is so quick.
And that was a good thing to see. The first half of last week, he had I think 7 yards rushing in the first half. He just didn't have anything. So CJ Callahan did come out for a play, and it looks like number 14, Weston Moore, is going to be in there. There's the give to Trayvon Gilliard, and he has no room to run. And he'll be pulled down at the 30-yard line, which will bring up a 3rd and 4.
Yeah, I think he just had an equipment issue with the helmet, or I don't know if his helmet came off and he had to come out. which is unfortunate because you were second and short, and then typically it's a nice play to maybe go over the top, but you're bringing a cold quarterback off the sideline, so it's not exactly a play where you want to then run a pass.
Callahan back in there under center. There's the give to Gilliard. Is going to snap. He's got it outside. He's trying to break it. Oh, I thought if he would have, it's going to be pushed back to the 31 line. I thought if he would have maybe got right upfield, right there off tackle, that he may have had it. But right now, as it stands, it's going to be a loss of 1 back to the 31-yard line. And, that's the bad thing is here, as we were talking about. Great chunk plays, 10 yards, 10 yards, 13 yards, another 8 yards, and then 45 yards, touchdown, and then 10 yards and 30 yards, or 18 yards, and now we've had 2 minus plays in a row. So Callahan's looking for Will Humphreys. Will's going to spin. He's got that first down to the 25-yard line. He's got it by a yard. Nice spin and gets his first down there.
No, and a nice play. D-backs giving up a lot of coverage there, DJ. Will going down, really just a quick comebacker. Knew exactly where the markers were. Got exactly what he needed for the first down. That's it. None of this going downfield. Didn't take long to develop. It was a quick hitter. Good play. Good first down.
So 1st and 10 on the 25-yard line of Shawnee Mission North. Gilliard's going to spin inside for 3 up to the 22-yard line.
I think we were close to getting a holding penalty right there on the outside. It looked like that D lineman got off of it, and it kind of looked like he got held, but we got away with one right there.
One of the things you'll see with the linebackers for North is they really try to seal it. They're going to try to get upfield, and they're going to try to keep you between the tackles. I know, like that's what they were successful doing. That last play when they were able to keep Trayvon from the outside. So again, quick hitters up the middle, going off tackle. I think that we can take advantage of that, and so far we've been successful doing it.
So a 2nd and 7. Callahan's throwing out to Will Humphreys, trying to get that block, but there's not going to be a block there. He does get at the 2 yards. Interestingly, I thought he got to the 20. Looks like he may be marked the 21-yard line, so only a gain of 1 yard there.
If Wesley Clark does a better job blocking right there, I think Will Humphreys could have broke that catch for maybe a couple more yards or at least a touchdown. I don't think anybody was in his way.
This is one thing we saw last week that was different than this week. Interesting, we have a student on the field.
I was trying to figure that one out as well.
I'm not sure what happened there. I was looking down to write something down, and all of a sudden there was a student on the field. He's not suited up. So 3rd and with 3 seconds left to go, Trayvon Gilliard's going to try to get it up. He gets it to the 20-yard line. So only a gain of 1. That'll do it for the first half, or the first quarter, as it makes it 10-7 going into the at the end of the first quarter. Shawnee Mission North, and we'll be right back after this touchdown, or after this timeout. Getting ready here for this 4th down play, a big 4th and 5 for West. as we come back from the quarter break.
And DJ, this is that play where they like to run Clark underneath, kind of Will.
CJ's going to step up, and he's going to be down. He fumbles anyway. It didn't matter.
Really
so
we got a little push and shove going on.
So he wasn't going to make the line to gain, so the fumble really doesn't matter. So I'll actually call it a let's see where they mark it. They do the fumble, so it's a fumble up to the 19-yard line, and North will take over on their own 19-yard line with 11:54 left to go in the first half.
Yeah, and I think that's just a case of just trying to get too much out of that play, trying to do a little hitch and go out of the slot, and you needed 4 yards for first down. You've been successful underneath. I don't want to say getting too greedy, but maybe, again, they've been giving us the plays underneath. I would like to see them stay with just kind of underneath ball.
Bush again, and there's the ball on the ground. DR Quinn's going to pick it up, spins around, but there's going to be a loss all the way back to the 13-yard line. So a loss of 6 on first down.
Yeah, in that case, they're fortunate just to get the ball back, let alone only losing 6 yards.
So that snap mishandled there, and it's on the carpet. Quinn picks it up, but can't do anything with it. Actually loses 6 yards, and will bring up a 2nd and 16 from the 13-yard line.
In this formation here, one of the things we got to watch out for, they like to do a little bubble screen.
And there's a very high throw all the way. I think I'm not sure they gave him a very good spot here. As we look at the replay here, I thought he caught it about the 19-yard line. They're going to give him to the 17. So a gain of 4 on second down, which will make it 3rd and 12 at the 17-yard line. And big play here. Lester really needs to get a stop after not being able to convert on that last series. There's the give to Quinn. The ball's on the floor. Ball's on the carpet. We'll see who has it. They say that North has it. It's a 4th down, but it'll also be no gain on the play, and it'll bring up a 4th and 12, and North's going to have to punt that ball away.
Wow, they're very fortunate on that, Dave. And again, we had talked about this, where they have a propensity to fumble the ball. They're averaging 3 turnovers a game, and I was watching that on the replay. Really looked like just in the handoff, it looked like Bush might have gotten the ball a little high on the shoulder pads, but he never really got the handle from the start.
No, that's 2 out of this series. Not a great punt. It's going to go out about the 40-yard line. Well, 40. Well,
I don't think he knows.
He's at 39-yard line. He finally got there. So a 39-yard line, only a 22-yard punt.
Yeah, and this is where West as an offense, again, we talked about this game. It's going to be a field possession game. Whoever's got the short field, you're only going to get so many possessions. You need to take advantage of this. The short field, Dave, get up there. We're down by a field goal. I mean, you'd like to think, shoot, all you need is 20 yards here in field goal range. So let's see what we can do with the ball here.
I tell you what, guys, I've never seen so many great field positions. 47, 27, 50, 40, 19, and 39-yard line. There's nice ball to Will Humphreys. They're going to go for it all on the first play of the game. So first play of the drive. So let's watch that replay here. Callahan's going back, throws it deep to Will Humphreys. Will Humphreys has himself a 39-yard touchdown pass on the very first play of the game. Our very first play of the series.
Well, you know what? I'm happy for Will Humphreys. Love to see him get involved in this. Wesley Clark took advantage of a couple balls earlier. This was a nice route run by Will. Used his body, got the position, and a beautiful ball by C.J. Callahan.
9:43 left to go here in the half. The extra point is up and good, and it makes it 14-10.
I like to see big plays in that number 5 there, Mike and Dave.
Absolutely. Hey, that was a beautiful. Some brilliant forecaster said something about Will Humphreys getting involved in the game. I don't know who said that, but
I don't know. We go right back here. We go back to the keys, impact players on West offense. You look at that. What's the first impact player there?
Wow, Will Humphreys. Who said that?
I think he got involved.
And I'll tell you what, no, he just upped his average by a few yards after that catch.
Yeah, so a 39-yard touchdown pass from C.J. Callahan to Will Humphreys and gives West a 14-10 lead. That's a big play, guys, because the worst thing is they drove down the drive that they didn't score on. It was an 11-play drive that got all the way down to the red zone, but couldn't convert on that last fourth down and gave it back over. But a nice stop on defense, and then right after they get the stop, they went for it all in the first play.
Well, what I like about this too, Dave, is when you open up a passing game like that, it makes so much room for the run. So don't be surprised now they exploit Trevon Gilliard and just watch him run crazy. So great balanced attack, and you know what I see, 14 points on the board. West is averaging 14 points a game, and we're barely in the second quarter.
So a 7-second, one-play, 39-yard drive results in a touchdown, and Conaway is going to dig it. I tell you what, that guy runs hard. When you said he was a beast, you weren't kidding.
No, and he said, and don't be content when you see one guy trying to tackle him, because the first guy is not going to bring him down. This is, if anything is a definition of team tackle, that guy is.
You know, and the thing that's crazy, on the return that got called back or shortened for a touchdown, he really was pinned up here after about a 15-yard gain, and then he just broke it out to the side and took it all away. It was a pretty impressive run. But as they start here, 1st and 10 at the 37-yard line, Bush is going to take it straight up the middle, and he's got a nice run up to the 45, 8 yards on first down. They'll give him to the 46, so we'll give him 9 on first down. Nice game.
Yeah, just a nice read by Zach Bush, the quarterback, and found a hole and a big 9-yard gain on that first down.
I think that's the same thing we've gone back to in past games, is linebackers getting through the holes and feeling better.
They, especially in the second half last week, they were much more aggressive in doing their job last week. And there's the ball on the carpet again. Bush is going to roll out, and he's being chased. Oh, he's picked off! Wesley Clark picks that ball off, and he's got up to the 35-yard line. What do you never want to do? Throw it late across the middle of the field, right?
And I'll tell you what, 21, Wesley Clark was just sitting back waiting. It's almost like he was reading the quarterback's mind. He read that perfectly, jumped the route, and luckily for North, that could have been a real easy pick six. So give Wesley Clark credit. Leads the team with 2 interceptions, now his 3rd one on the year.
I think West came out here to play today, guys.
It's good to see. You know, like we said, the first half of last week couldn't have been any worse. No first downs, 9 yards of total offense. And the good thing to see is they look like they've picked up where they left off last week. So West will start at the North 36-yard line. And we have a timeout by North. And I tell you what, guys, if you look at West's starting field position, one, they started at their own 27, but their second drive started at their 40. And then the last 2 drives at the North 39 and now the North 36. So really, that last one, you get a pick off here that gets you great field position. A nice stop and a bad punt gives great field position too.
Well, and if you're North, you got to be pulling your hair out, because the last thing you want to do with a team that's having trouble scoring and moving the ball is give them a short field.
Yeah.
And as you pointed out, Dave, almost every drive West has started out in North territory.
So we're at 8:42 left to go here in the first half. Vikings up 14-10. And I'll tell you here, right before halftime, I'll have to take off real quick to go down to the field, and Mike and DJ will take you through the last of the first half and then through halftime. but we'll see what we got here as much as possible. And you know what, guys? We've seen Andrew Kinney out here at tailback. It's the first time we've seen him in a couple weeks, and he bounces it off to the side, 30, 25, 20, 15, and a shot to the face. He takes it down to the 16-yard line. And I tell you what, a nice 20-yard run by Andrew Kinney.
I'll tell you
it's a way to get back into the lineup.
I think Andrew was chomping at the bit to get the ball. What a great run. Cut to the outside and then immediately upfield. Beautiful run.
So Kinney back there, Cadillo fullback, Callahan under center. Humphrey split out wide to the left. And there's the pitch to Kinney. He's trying to find a spot to break it up inside, and he does up to the 11-yard line. It'll be a gain of 5 on first down.
You know, and give him some credit on that play, Dave. Just was patient to set up his blocks. Didn't look like there was anything right away. Wanted to cut it to the outside. It wasn't there. Followed his blocking and really made 5 yards out of nothing, DJ.
Yeah.
So a 2nd and 5 with 7:55 left to go here in the first half. Kinney still in there at tailback. Callahan under center, the eye behind him. There's the give to Kinney. He's going to break it up middle. He's trying to fight his way. He gets about to the 8-yard line. They'll give him forward progress to the 7. And a nice gain of 4 there. And it'll bring up a 3rd and short, about 3rd and 1.
Yeah, I'd like to think that you're in 2-down territory here, Dave, or 4-down territory here. I would think that, yeah, if they didn't get this, they got to be thinking we got 2 plays to make this first down.
Yeah, I would think so too. Ruben Anderson kicked his first field goal of the year last week on the last score West had, but I would expect them to go for it, and they won't need to go for it twice on 4th down here because CJ takes it forward for the first down. He's all the way down to the 5-yard line. So a gain of 2.
One of my favorite plays. I think is the most underutilized play in the world. It's just where it's a simple goose where quarterback gets up there, nobody knows what the play is on. He gooses the center and goes. And so many times you catch the defense off guard because they're not paying attention. They're paying attention to the line, and it's just the center and the quarterback. And by the time the defense knows what's going on, the quarterback's upfield about 5 yards.
Mark Tyne snapped that ball, and he and CJ went upfield. Everybody else stayed put. Kinney's going to take it down right to the end zone. He's right at the goal line. He's a foot short. So
I think he's got a lower shoulder right there. Try to bulldoze him over, or at least jump for it or something.
So we'll give him a gain of 4. Yeah, it looked like he was stretching there for the end zone, but got turned away right at the goal line.
I think Andrew Kinney looked over at the line judge saying, "Are you kidding me? What do I have to do?"
And we see that again, and C.J. Callahan walks into the end zone for a touchdown.
Yeah.
So 6:12 left to go, and we'll watch the replay here.
Penalties down there on the field.
We'll watch the replay. We'll see what happens. We got a fight going on. CJ scores, so this is all post. I think we're going to have
dead ball.
We're going to have some dead ball penalties here.
A lot of laundry on the field.
So
I think it's going to be on North looking at the replay.
So pending the extra point right here, and we sort out all the laundry on the field, it's a 20-10 Vikings lead. Callahan with a 1-yard touchdown run, just quarterback sneak with 6:12 left to go here in the first half.
You know, and I hate to see this. I don't want to see this game get chippy so early. I mean, it's been a fun game to watch so far. I mean, even though you're saying, hey, there's a lot of points on the board, maybe not a lot of defense, but again, just a lot of offense. Last thing you want to do is just see these guys get chippy this early and then have the refs have to take over the game because of back and forth going on between the guys in the trenches.
The interesting thing will be here is unsportsmanlike conduct or personal fouls. Unsportsmanlike conducts also bring, I think you get 1 warning.
Right.
Second one, you get kicked out. So I think that may be one of the things why they're talking it over to make sure they have the right players for unsportsmanlike conduct.
And you see him going over to both sidelines, talking to both coaches here, trying to get this under control.
So they offset.
Unsportsmanlike, yeah.
So there's 2 against them. So what it looks like, it will be the first one offsets, will kick the extra point, and I believe West will be kicking off from, we'll get 15 yards further up to kick off here. So two unsportsmanlike conducts. The interesting thing is, and again, they didn't say the numbers here, who it was, but all 3 of those players are going to get warned.
Right.
And one more, and they'll be sitting on the bench for the rest of the game.
Well, and the thing is, too, again,
Possibly.
Here's 2 teams with a lot of adrenaline, a lot of testosterone out there. So the last thing you want to do is see somebody get kicked out of the game.
So a bad snap, and you just got to get down on it. A little bit of a high snap that Ruben Anderson has to fall on, and the point after will not be any good. And it's a 20-10 Viking lead with 6:12 left to go here in the first half. And
Dave, and I don't want to be the one to point this out, but North has been the benefactor of 2 wins this season by missed extra points.
Yes, you don't want to be the one to point that out. Yeah, North beat Olathe West and Olathe North, or excuse me, Olathe East by 1 point. Both of those times they won because of the other team missed an extra point.
Yeah, and I believe one was it 49
I think 40-39 and 35-34. So they've both been high-scoring affairs.
Games, right.
So
West. And I'm sorry for saying that. I probably just jinxed West by saying that. But again, you can't help but think that when their only 2 wins have both come at the hands of 2 teams and missed an extra point.
Well, we know who to blame if that's the case, right? It won't be DJ or my fault. So
it's never my fault.
I hear that from kids all the time. So there is that second unsportsmanlike penalty. West will kick off from the North 45-yard line. Talk about field position. Now they're even kicking inside. They're kicking off from inside North field territory.
There's one sure way of keeping it out of number 1's hands is just kicking it through the end zone. And I think that maybe I could even kick it through the end zone from here.
And Anderson will kick it into the end zone. And North will take over on their own 20-yard line with 6:12 left to go here.
Mike, no offense, I think you might pull something trying to kick that.
Fair enough. He had to stretch before the broadcast tonight.
He always
does. Want to pull something up here in the booth.
Standing up here walking too much.
You know he was going to pull something just trying to kick a ball.
People don't realize how strenuous these broadcasts can be, so I always try to make sure that I do my pregame calisthenics.
It's a cold night, so we had to warm up, right?
Exactly.
We had to get there. So 6:12 left to go here in the first half. North first and 10 at their own 20-yard line. There's the give to a nice job. That was number 44, Gage Jones, who's been away for a few games, and this is his first time back tonight, and probably about 3 games, and a nice job there.
Welcome back, Mr. Jones. Nice play.
So a 2-yard loss there. Gage Jones tackling number 21, De'Ara Quinn, in the backfield. Bring up 2nd and 12. Clock running, 5:40 left to go here in the first half.
We have this bunch formation.
And there's De'Ara Quinn trying to get outside.
That looks suspiciously like a clip when you're way outside the tackle box on that. How does that not get called?
Here's the one thing I don't like seeing on that play is Sebastian Garcia made a really nice play to come up and break through that block by Conaway, and Conaway just put an earful on De'Ara Quinn.
Yeah,
there.
And that's what I don't understand. I mean, you can only block in the back in the tackle box, and here this is clearly way outside the tackle box.
So Bush back in the shotgun. He's going to go long, and that's going to be picked off by Cadu. Cadoo's going to take it all the way up to the 30. He steps out at the, we'll see where he stepped out, upfield at the 39-yard line. But, guys, I tell you what,
hey,
you
it's nice
can't
to see.
get better field position than that. Again, 37, 39, now again the 39-yard line.
Hey, and we talked about it earlier. We talked about the turnovers that North notoriously has plagued them this year, 3 a game. And just a case, and I don't know what happened on that play. Ball was severely overthrown, so I don't know if the receiver and the quarterback just weren't in sync. But Cadoo was took advantage of that one, intercepted the ball, and a nice return. And again, as you said, Dave, a short field.
I think West is going to have to call timeout right here. They were going to go double tights, and they were missing one of their tight ends. So it's 10 seconds left. We'll see if they get the playoff. They're 6-5. They will get the playoff. There's the pitch back to Kenny. He's going to take it. He's going to lose a yard back to the 40-yard line. And
Run by number 26, Andrew Kinney.
we'll see what happens. And the referee's going to bring the teams together, which is actually a pretty good thing because they need to get this sorted out because there was almost another unsportsmanlike conduct at the end of that play.
And I like seeing this, Dave. Instead of throwing the flags and then talking to the guys afterwards, I like seeing the white hat take charge of the situation, saying, "Hey, we're getting chippy in here, guys. Before somebody gets thrown out of the game, let's reel it in. Let's play some football." And you're still. This is a really good game. You got a 2010 game. Let's not let the refs get involved in this game.
4:24 left to go here in the first half. Callahan, there's the give to Kenny. He's going to try to get up the middle, and he has nothing there. He slips down at the 40. We'll give him no gain on that play. Just back behind the 40, but no gain on that play. I guess, one thing, guys, I'm sort of surprised in that West has hit for a couple of really long plays tonight, that after that sudden change there, after the interception, that they didn't maybe go deep right there on that first play.
Kind of go for the jugular. Yeah, same here. And the other thing is you just want to take advantage of this short field. Now you kind of find yourself 3rd and long.
And he is looking for deep. He's got Clark deep, but overthrows him right about the 10-yard line. And it's going to bring up a punting situation here with 4th and 11.
First incompletion of the game.
Oh, that's disappointing. You're up 20-10. Short field, Dave, on a turnover, a real opportunity to really step on their throat, right, DJ? And now we're kicking the ball and giving it right back to them. So again, that's kind of been the recipe for this year and why we struggled a little bit. So the good news is we're still up by 10. 3:38 on the clock. Let's see if we can pin them back deep and hold them.
Anderson punts the ball away.
Oh,
nice high punt. Should be just in the end zone. So a 38-yard punt, or a 40-yard punt there with 3:38 left to go, and it'll North will take over at their own 20-yard line with 3:31 left to go here in the first half. And
so many times you see that, right, when a punter just relaxes a little bit, right, DJ? He just wants to pooch it, and a ball comes off his foot beautifully and just sails into the end zone.
Guys, hate to say bye, but I'm going to go for a little while, and we'll see you guys here in the second half.
All right. Dave's got a senior, so he's going to be down on the field at halftime, and we're going to try to pick up for him. All right. So you got North, you got Bush back in the shotgun. Trips to the right. Got a little bubble screen out to the right. And we've got Billy Conaway again. He's down to, looks like he might have stepped out of bounds.
Yeah, they're going to get him stepped out of bounds about the 39-yard line.
Pass caught by number 1, Billy Conaway.
So won't be the last time we hear that name tonight, folks. Billy Conaway, number 1. Thankfully stepped out of bounds because it's going to bring the ball back nearly 20 yards from where he really originally took it. So now what you're going to have is 3:22 with first down on the North 39-yard line. Bush still in the shotgun. Twins to the left, to the near side. Bush gets a snap. He hands it to De'Eric around the outside. He's got some room. He cuts up. He's over the 50. He's going to be stopped about the west 49-yard line. So nice run by De'Eric Quinn.
First hit by number 23, Jerry Maldonado.
And we still, DJ, we still got a little talking going back and forth.
Which is sometimes good, but when it gets to a bunch of penalties and may escalate, it's never any good.
No, and it's like we said earlier, the last thing you want to do is you don't want to see the refs have to take over the game. So anyway, we have 3:13 in the second quarter. Bush is back in the shotgun again, Twins to the right. And he's waving to the receivers. Looks like he might be doing a check. Got a quick ball to the slot man. Takes it upfield to about the west 43-yard line.
Pass caught by number 10, Lorenzo Henderson.
That was number 10, Lorenzo Henderson.
Second down.
Going to leave about 2nd and 4. Clock remains a tick. 2:40, 2:40, 2:39. North still has 2 timeouts. Bush takes the ball out of shotgun. Throws it out to number 10. Cuts it upfield. Looks like nearly avoided a face mask there. Now the refs are talking over. No, there is a flag on the field. It looks like we're going to have a face mask on West. And that's what we do have. Looks like it's probably going to be a 5-yard face mask.
Defense.
West got to do a better job at DB of coming up and making tackles on those little bubble routes, because they're doing that's the second time in a row the number 10's caught the same pass, just the same different side. He was in the slot the first time, now he's the outside receiver, and this is the same ball, same play, same receiver. West got to do a better job. They could have had him down for maybe a 1-yard game, but they let him get up the field for about a 4 or 5-yard game.
And North's going to take over with the ball on the 32-yard line. 2:11 left in the second quarter. Clock still ticking. Bush will take the ball, flips it back, and we've got Conaway on a reverse. He's up to the 20, the 15, the 10, the 5. Touchdown. And just like that, DJ, the game turns around very quickly. West is up by 10. Had a turnover, had an opportunity to take the ball down. North gets the ball back on a short field. And Conaway now on 2 big plays. First on a pass play, the first play of the drive. Now takes the ball from the 32-yard line on a reverse all the way for a touchdown. PAT. Oh, no. So, turnabout is fair play, and North misses their extra point, DJ. So here we talked about earlier, West missing their extra point and how that could come into play. Now you have North missing the extra point.
Yeah, that might come in handy for both teams here coming in the second half.
So now we have a 2016 game instead of a 2017 game, which now makes it a 1-score game as opposed to a field goal. There's still 1:55 on the clock with the Vikings getting ready to receive the ball with still 2 timeouts left. So what do you think, DJ? I suppose it really depends on where this ball goes and taking advantage of this kickoff as to what you do with it. I'm a believer of, hey, I got 2 timeouts. I got to take advantage of it. Right in a game like this, you never know. You can't have enough points.
Yeah, regardless of how much time is on the clock, why not still move the ball down the field? It's 20-16. Going into second half, you're getting the ball in the second half. Why not try to put some points on the board so you still have a bigger advantage going into the second half when you get the ball, then you can score again and go up 2 touchdowns instead of maybe going up 1 or not going up 1 at all.
Well, we'll see what happens on this kickoff. So you got you got number 2 kicking for North, and I don't have a number 2 on my roster, so I'm not exactly sure who's kicking off. The point I was going to make is that on the first kickoff was short. Now, it doesn't appear like they were trying to do a short kick. I just think that's where it went. I like to think that if this one is short, that West gets some good field position off this return.
I think we must expect an onside kick here. How not far back he's lined up right now.
Yeah, you've got North, a couple of guys kind of juking like they're going to try to do an onside kick. I don't think West is. Yeah, I don't think West was fooled by that. I think North's coach was really just trying to see what the lineup was going to be for West, and I think maybe if they could have caught them unsuspecting, they might have gone with an onside kick. But I think the last thing with this game being such a short field position game, the last thing North's coach wants to do is give West the ball at midfield.
Yeah, give them a good field advantage here with the way they're moving the ball, even though they struggled on the last drive. Giving them the ball in short field is probably not a good idea for North right here, but, I mean, if I'm West, I'll take it.
Absolutely you want to take advantage of it. And, again, it's one of those games tonight where, it's going to be a close game. Obviously, it's just been a scoring affair going back and forth. It's going to come down to whoever has the ball last. And the last thing you want to do, give a short field to somebody, giving them that extra score when there's only a minute 55 left on the clock.
I think I've always said is defense wins championships, offense wins games. Putting up a lot of points here, you still got to come out with some defense for whoever's going to hold up the last drive, how close this game is.
Absolutely. Okay, so here we go. We have the minute 55 still left in the second quarter. West has 2 timeouts. Vikings are up 20-16 after North just drove downfield, 32-yard reverse for a touchdown and a missed extra point. And we do have a short kick, and it looks like it's going to cause some trouble if we don't get on it. And what happened to that is we had a short kick. West up guys went upfield to block, and the guys retrieving took a little bit to get on the ball, and unfortunately weren't able to take advantage of that short kick. So the ball, thankfully for West, was recovered, but they'll start out the drive on the 25. So with 1:53 in the second quarter, West breaks the huddle, 2 timeouts ahead, 20-16. C.J. Callahan under center. He's going to give the ball off to Trayvon Gilliard, who's up to the 31-32. We've got a late flag coming in here from the back judge.
Flag on the play.
It was a gain of about 6 yards.
Maybe.
And
talking back.
now
right
we've
there.
got another flag going where it appears that one of the North players said something to the referee
Maybe a North player might
before
have
the
been
play
West
was
player.
even called, or before anything was ruled on the play. And again, as we were talking earlier, the last thing you want to do is just to see a bunch of laundry on the field because guys can't control their emotions. So now we're trying to sort out what's happening. First, the original penalty, and then it appears to be unsportsmanlike conduct on top of the original penalty. Now, Dave's better at this ruling than I am, but let's see what we can get here. We've got a face mask on North, which is probably prompted then an unsportsmanlike conduct on both sides.
Yeah.
Okay, so the unsportsmanlike conduct will negate each other. It looks like it was a 5-yard face mask. West now will take a first down on the 36-yard line. So fortunately for both teams, the unsportsmanlike conduct didn't affect anybody. Now what comes into play, though, depending on the number of the player, DJ, as we both know, you're only allowed one unsportsmanlike conduct. You get a second unsportsmanlike conduct and you're kicked out of the game.
Ejected, yeah.
So for us up here, and because the refs aren't mic'd, we don't know who the unsportsmanlike conduct was on. But I don't see anybody. Okay,
I think
now
they're down here talking about it at the bottom of the screen here.
I see a number 8 for North coming off the field. Now whether that was Sincere Dubois, now whether...
Yeah, that was definitely Sincere Dubois. He's beating up,
And I'm seeing Sincere throwing his helmet on the sidelines, and he's headed to the locker room. So I'm guessing that was number 2 on him. So as we talked about earlier, you know, you get into a game, these are young kids, and they're going to let their emotions get the best of them. And unfortunately, these coaches are going to have to take control of this. Otherwise, you're going to see a lot more guys heading to the locker room. And that's the last thing you really want to see in a game like this. You just want to see a really well-played game. So here we are, 142, C.J. Callahan. We got a counter to the right. Andrew Kinney has the ball, and well, it looked to be a play that was going to break open and was quickly closed for about a 2-yard gain.
Yeah, the play is called Banana.
Okay.
I know that play pretty well.
Was it slippery?
It looked like it could have been right there.
Well, and West is going to let the clock tick down. They still have 2 timeouts. We're down to 1:14 and counting. C.J. Callahan under center doesn't appear to be in any hurry. Twins to the right. You've got Wesley Clark in the slot. Will Humphreys received the ball, and it's going to be out of bounds at about the north 49-yard line. So we got a quick comeback to Will Humphreys, number 5, for a nice 11-yard gain. West will take the ball 1st and 10 on the north 49-yard line. 1 minute exactly left to play in the second quarter, and West still with 2 timeouts. West breaks the huddle. C.J. Callahan under center. Steps back. Looks like he'll try to do a little hitch and go. He's running for his life, and he throws the ball out of bounds. I thought for a second by the reaction from the crowd that there's a flag on the field. I don't see one. So it looks like C.J. Callahan got the ball past the line of scrimmage and out of bounds, and a receiver in the area. So no intentional grounding. 7 seconds off the clock on that play, DJ. And Callahan over to the sidelines to get some instruction. Now he's back into the huddle. You got 11 seconds left on the clock. They break the huddle. C.J. Callahan under center. Steps back. It looks like he's going to pass. Will Humphreys is out in the flats. He's going to throw it short to Gilliard. Incomplete.
I think you probably should have threw that little hezzy right there to Will Humphreys up the sideline. I think if you would threw it long enough, I think Will had that defender beat enough so that he could throw an over-the-shoulder pass right there. I think the coach is talking to him about it right now.
I agree with you. Will Humphreys sat down. Obviously, the defenders for North are giving up a lot of cushion, and we've seen that tonight, DJ. These guys giving up a lot of cushion and turning their back to the ball. So Will kind of sat down in coverage. I thought, he could have been hit there. We got C.J. Callahan back in the shotgun and the pistol. He's going to hand the ball off to Trayvon Gilliard. Trayvon over the 50 to the 45, down to about the 47 and out of bounds. Kills the clock with 41 seconds left. About a 7-yard gain on first down. Puts the ball on the north 43-yard line. What did I say? I just lost track of downs here. I'm sorry, folks.
4th down.
It's 4th down. After a 7-yard gain. West obviously going for it. They're going to break the huddle. CJ is going to come out under center. Cadillo in the fullback with Trayvon Gilliard in the eye. Callahan back to pass. He rolls to his right. He's going to run now. He's upfield. He's got the first down.
Good.
He's up to the west 35-yard line. Or I'm sorry, the north 35-yard line. It's going to be a first down. I'm sorry, down to the 30.
About a 7-yard gain right there for CJ.
About a 7-yard gain. 34 seconds on the clock. West still in good shape with 2 timeouts left. And first and 10.
34 seconds left in this game.
So
West is
what?
doing a good job of moving the ball down the field.
C.J. Callahan comes out. He's going to be under center again. We got twins to the left. He's going to hand off to Trayvon Gilliard. He's up. He's over the 30-yard line. We got a flag on the field, and he's going to be out of bounds at about the 23-yard line.
Probably going to get a holding call right here.
Yeah, I agree. That's typically where a holding's going to be called. Came right from the back judge. And you're right. We got a holding on West. So it's going to be a 5-yard. It looks like, I'm sorry, it's going to be a 10-yard penalty. It's going to bring up 1st and 20 with 28 seconds left. West still 2 timeouts. C.J. Callahan getting the call from the sidelines. 28 seconds left in the second quarter. West still up 20-16. CJ is going to be in the pistol with twins to the left. Wesley Clark in the slot. Ball comes back to Callahan. It's going to be a pass. He looks upfield. He quickly decides to run upfield. He's up the middle.
I'm West here, call timeout. Yeah.
He's going to pick up about 8 yards. West will take a timeout. Stop the clock with 20 seconds left. Ball placed on the West 38-yard line.
Timeout West.
It'll be second down and about 13 yards, DJ. So, West talking it over here. You've got 38 yards to go. You've got 20 seconds left. You maybe have time for 3 plays. Now, you've got 1 timeout to work with, which means you'd like to think you work the sidelines so that you don't have to take that time out. So what's your call on this one? Where do you come out with? Really, the down doesn't come into play as much as the time on the clock.
If I'm West, I'll do the same play that we ran in the first half where they scored their first touchdown with Wesley Clark is throwing that little out route. He throws that little out route. He's already going towards the sideline, which is gain for, they run it about 5 yards. There's plus 5 yards right there, and it probably wastes about 2 to 3 seconds how quick it is. So you get that. He could also get extra yards because he scored on the last time he caught the same ball. And if you throw that, that's 5 yards and getting out of bounds, or maybe 10, 15 yards getting out of bounds, or maybe even a touchdown.
I agree with you. And you know what? And that's kind of the formation. You got Wesley Clark in the slot here. Let's see if he does that little wheel route to the outside. So you've got Callahan back in the pistol. Oh, and it looked like we're going to get a false start on West. The good news is you didn't show your hand on the play, so defense doesn't know, but you're going to lose 5 yards. That's going to take the ball back to the north 43-yard line. The other thing I was going to mention too, DJ, it'd be nice if West can get upfield far enough to at least attempt a field goal. Field goal puts you up by 7 and forces, puts you up by a touchdown. Callahan's going to be back in the pistol. He's going to roll to his left.
I think there's a wheel route right there. He's wide open. He's wide open. Got to get a better ball.
And so you basically called it. We kind of out and did the wheel route where Wesley Clark turns it upfield. Now I see Conaway, the number 1 for North, now playing kind of cornerback. He had been playing like outside linebacker. Now they almost have him in a soft defensive back position.
Yeah, I think the thing with that play there is if CJ sets his feet and throws that ball farther instead of continuing to run, trying to throw it off the run, he didn't have much pressure in his face. He sets his feet and throws that ball. I think he could get it over Conaway and get it there.
Hand off to Gilliard. He's going to get upfield. We're going to be down to about the 37-yard line, so kind of back to where you were before you had the false start. Now you're going to have a 4th down. West takes timeout. 5 seconds left on the clock. So really, you're outside field goal position at this point, DJ. You
about a 45-yard.
Really don't have much choice. You're going to have to do some sort of hook and ladder, or you're going to do a Hail Mary. Interesting call on that play. I think West just trying to take advantage of North playing a soft defense and hoping they could get upfield far enough to get a field goal. Unfortunately, where you're at now, you field goal basically out of range. You're talking it'd be a 55-yard field goal. Go ahead.
If you're gonna utilize the defense playing soft, why wouldn't you run outside? Obviously, the defenders are going to be pressed. Not going to be pressed up. They're probably going to be a little bit farther than they normally are playing on the receivers. So if you get outside throwing like a toss maybe or outside the tackles, he'd probably getting upfield. It might waste a lot more time than you wanted to right there. But I feel like he probably could have got more yards than he got.
So West will come out after the timeout. 5 seconds left. CJ Callahan will be under center. You've got receivers split to both sides. We're just going to looks like we got a reverse here to Will Humphreys. You've got lead blockers out front. He's going to be up over the 30, down to the 20, maybe inside the 20-yard line. That's going to finish at half, and no, not without a penalty. Now we got the side judge, which he was the furthest referee from the play, and he saw something he didn't like, and he threw his arm out throwing the flag across field. He's talking to the white hat now and picked something up. So he's pointing to the north side. It appears that somebody from the north side of the field.
What you give West with? One extra play?
And to your point, if it's a defensive penalty, you can't close a half on a defensive penalty, which would give West the ball and a play on the 21-yard line, puts you inside field goal range.
I mean, maybe you could kick a field goal. I mean,
so this is an important play. So it's really interesting to see how this plays out.
I don't think West is going to go for that field goal. I think they're probably going to.
And West is on the field. Both teams are on the field, which makes it appear like it was a defensive penalty. Not only that, but your ball's on the 21-yard line. There's a dead ball foul, and it's 15 yards. Now you're going to put the ball. Geez, I sound like Dave here. Now you're going to put the ball inside the 10, right, DJ? And really give West. It'd be interesting to see what happens. If I'm down that close, I'm thinking about kicking the field goal because I want to go up by 7 and be a touchdown ahead. Let's see how this plays out. The refs are trying to sort this out. I'll tell you what, this has not been a dull game.
Yeah, we were talking about the first quarter, how we didn't have any penalties on both sides of the ball, and we get the second quarter, and emotions are a little high because the scores are going up. Both teams are scoring. Both teams are trying to win this game, and we're getting a lot of penalties here within like the last seven minutes of this game.
The sad thing is it's not an execution penalties. These are just emotion penalties. And to your point, for having a pretty clean first quarter, the second quarter, boy, there's just been a ton of laundry on the field. And again, as these flies continue to fly, you're going to see guys be sent to the locker room because you only get one unsportsmanlike conduct, and the next one you're out of the game. Right. So it's the referees have a naughty list, and they're checking it twice. And I'll tell you what, if you get on it, whether you're naughty or nice, you're going to be in the locker room watching the game from the locker room.
If it is on another North player that already has one, that'll be the second North player that's got kicked out of this game here in the second quarter.
And they are really talking this over. It's just interesting. It'll be interesting to see which ways this goes. But as I said earlier, that side judge was pretty emphatic. He was probably 30, 40 yards from where the play ended up, but he threw that flag. He obviously saw something he didn't like.
I think he was throwing a pass to the other ref.
He did. I tell you what, I've never seen a flag go that far before.
Yeah, I think they're talking it over so long, trying to figure out which player is going to be on, just in case they have to kick one out.
Here they come, and here comes the white hat. Let's see what we're going to get.
It's going to be on West, actually.
You got a legal procedure on dead ball foul, personal foul on North.
Why is the ball going
Now,
backwards?
I don't understand how you get a legal procedure because a legal procedure would blow the play dead. You wouldn't even been able to execute the play. This is where I need my friend Dave Compton up here in the booth because he's
a referee specialist.
Ow.
I'm confused. Very confused.
Okay, so
the ball goes back to the same spot it was at before, and they get one more play because it was dead ball foul.
I'll tell you what, folks, we'll sort this out at halftime when we figure out what's going on. Here's the interesting part. West has got the ball on the 27-yard line, and there's no time on the clock. This is going to be the last play of the half. Okay, hang on. North's taking a timeout. Now, this is interesting. Okay, so
I think emotions are high with the fans as well.
we might have to turn down our field mic because we're picking up some feedback from the west sidelines, which is just underneath our booth. So here's the interesting part, DJ. So there's no time on the clock, okay? West has the ball on the 22-yard line. Okay, so you're looking at 34-yard field goal, okay? You're up by 4. Field goals put you up by 7. And a makeable field goal, I would think. Okay, knowing the leg that Ruben Anderson has. West's talking it over, but they don't appear like they're even thinking about a kick at this point. They look like they're going to go for the end zone.
Maybe Callahan has seen Ruben Anderson kick. Maybe he doesn't think he's strong enough, or maybe Coach Callahan wants to go big and go for it all and maybe score a touchdown here. I mean, either way, points is good, but I feel like it'd probably be the safer bet to go up 7 than it would be not to get it.
Well, here we go. We got receivers left and right, Humphreys and Clark. Callahan's rolling to the right. He's being chased out of the pocket. We got a flag on the field. It's probably going to be a holding, and Callahan just throws the ball away. And now another flag. Okay, so it appears that the white hats threw the flag.
More laundry on the field.
It appears like we had a holding. Then after the play is dead, okay, here we go. We got a holding on West. Oh, and then we got a roughing. Oh,
Roughing the passer on the sideline, maybe.
how did we get a roughing the passer on West? I don't understand that.
North's jogging off the field here. I think they.
Hang on. Oh, no. We got intentional grounding. Okay, I'm holding on West. Okay.
I think they're going to blow
Intentional
everything.
grounding.
Yeah, intentional
Okay,
grounding.
folks, I'll tell you what, an exciting first half. So, at the end of the first half, we've got the Vikings 20, the North Indians 16. And we're going to sort this all out and get back to you. Senior night here at West, so we're going to recognize the band and the dance team, and we'll be right back with that after this timeout.
And agriculture. Joe Compton, escorted by his parents Amy and David Compton. Joe plays bass drum in the marching band and percussion in the concert bands. After graduation, Joe plans to pursue a business degree. Brennan Nicholas Crowder, escorted by his parents Rick and Susan Crowder. Brennan plays tenor drums and percussion in the concert bands. After graduation, Brennan plans to attend the University of Tulsa to pursue a degree in computer science. Luke DeMint, escorted by his parents Ty and Christy DeMint. Luke plays trombone in the marching bands and Overland Express. Luke is undecided about his future plans at this point. Alec England, escorted by his dad, Will England. Alec plays tenor sax. After graduation, Alec plans to attend Johnson County Community College before moving on to a four-year college to pursue a degree in architecture. Destiny Howell, escorted by Bill Thomas, her mom Ginny Howell, and sisters Kiki and Natasha. Destiny plays trumpet in the marching band in Overland Express. After graduation, Destiny plans to attend Washburn to pursue a degree in forensic science, specializing in toxicology. Destiny would like to thank her dad for introducing her to music. May you rest in peace. Abby Johnson, escorted by her parents Sandra DeMars and David Johnson. Abby plays the clarinet. After graduation, Abby plans to pursue a degree in pharmaceuticals. Zane Khan, escorted by his parents Andrea and Wyson Khan. Zane plays trumpet. After graduation, Zane plans to major in English, then continue on to law school. Reagan Lavin, escorted by her mom, Casey Lavin. Reagan is a member of the Color Guard. After graduation, Reagan plans to attend Pitt State University to pursue a degree in nursing. Melina Morales, escorted by her parents Jorge and Michelle Morales. Melina plays piccolo in the marching band and flute in the concert band. After graduation, Melina plans to attend cinema makeup school to get her degree in film and television special effects makeup. Nathan Wynn, escorted by his parents Danny and Anna Nagun. Nathan plays trumpet. After graduation, Nathan plans to attend Wichita State University to pursue a degree in aerospace engineering. Isaac Reyes, escorted by his mom, Liz Weber. Isaac plays clarinet. After graduation, Isaac plans to attend Johnson County Community College to pursue a degree in recording arts. Cedriana Spencer, escorted by her mom, Monique Spencer. Cedriana plays clarinet. After graduation, Cedriana plans to attend junior college for a year, then a 4-year college to pursue a degree in nursing. Alicia Taylor, escorted by her parents Gina and Lynn Taylor. Alicia is a drum major and plays alto sax in the concert band. After graduation, Alicia plans on attending K-State to pursue a degree in pharmaceuticals. Brianna Lynn Tuma, escorted by her parents Tanya and Lowell Tuma. Brianna is a member of the Color Guard. After graduation, Brianna plans to attend Johnson County Community College for the first 2 years, then go to KU to pursue a degree in physical therapy. Amber Wilson, escorted by her mom, Tricia Wilson. Amber plays flute. After graduation, Amber plans to attend Johnson County Community College while deciding what direction she would like to focus on her arts, pursuing a degree in animation or design. Spencer Wright, escorted by his parents Elaine and Philip Wright. Spencer plays trumpet. After graduation, Spencer plans to serve a 2-year mission for the Church of Jesus Christ of Latter-day Saints, then study in pre-med. Harley Gunther, escorted by parents Bart and Michelle Gunther. Harley has been a member of the Viking dance team for all 4 years. She plans to attend the University of Kansas, where she will study elementary education. Kristen Stava, escorted by parents Steve and Doris Stava. She has been a member of the Viking dance team for all 4 years, serving as co-captain for 2 of those years. Kristen plans to attend Purdue University, where she will study aerospace engineering. Kinsley Turner, escorted by parents Chris and Bev Turner, brother Brevin Turner, and sister Arissa Turner. She has been a member of the Viking dance team for all 4 years. Kinsley plans to attend Kansas State University, where she will study elementary education. Peyton Panovich, escorted by her parents Dean and Ann Panovich. Peyton has been a member of the dance team for all 4 years, serving as captain the last 2 years. Peyton plans to attend Kansas State University, where she will study chemical engineering. Elena Willock, escorted by parents Dale and Angela Willock. Elena has been a member of the Viking dance team all 4 years. She plans to attend Northwest Missouri State University, where she will study physical therapy. Let's show these hard-working men and women that we appreciate their work and performances for these past 4 years. Good luck, seniors, and remember, once a Viking, always a Viking.
All right, that was
Ladies and gentlemen,
the West seniors.
Partner with Shawnee Mission School District. With 7 branches in Fairway, Overland Park, Shawnee, and Olathe.
And we will take a quick time out and come back with some first-hand stats.
Find out how we put you first at a First National Bank branch.
3:50 left to go before halftime is over here. And we'll recap the first half real quick. Right now, a 20-16 Viking lead. The Indians got first score with 8:40 left to go in the first quarter, a 22-yard field goal by actually the different field goal kicker. It's actually Colton Bender with the field goal. With 8:40 left to go, is 22-yard field goal is 3-0 Indians. 6:52 left to go, 45-yard touchdown pass from C.J. Callahan to Wesley Clark made it extra point by Ruben Anderson, made it 7-3. 4:49 left to go in the first quarter, a 33-yard touchdown from Bush to Conway made it 7-10 or 10-7 for the Indians. A fumble. West had a nice long drive that took up the rest of the first quarter, but fumbled on the first play of the second quarter. Turned it over on downs, and right afterwards, a stop and a 22-yard punt on the first play led to a C.J. Callahan 39-yard touchdown pass to Will Humphreys. Extra point made it 14-10. Right after that, Wesley Clark at 8:42 intercepted a pass and ran it back to the 36-yard line. C.J. Callahan capped a 6-yard or a six-play drive with 6:12 left to go in the first half on a 1-yard run. Extra point was no good, and it was 20-10. With 1:32 left to go in the first half, Conway has a 32-yard touchdown pass from Bush to make it 20-16 after the missed point after touchdown. Some stats from the first half. C.J. Callahan, 2 touchdowns. He's got 109 yards passing on 5 of 7. Trayvon Gilliard with 12 rushes for 44 yards. Cadillo with 3 yards on 1 rush. Adam Kinney with 35 yards on 7 rushes. Callahan with 18 yards on 4 rushes, 1 touchdown, and Will Humphreys with 22 yards on 1 rush. Receiving, Wesley Clark with the 1 catch for 45 yards and a touchdown. Will Humphreys a big first half with 5 receptions for 75 yards and a touchdown. For Shawnee Mission North, Bush with 5 of 5 passing for 62 yards. Conway, 1 rush for 32 yards. Number 21, De'Aric Quinn has 11 rushes for 59 yards. Tremaine Jackson, number 24, with 2 rushes for 7 yards, and Bush 1 run for 9 yards. Receiving wise, Conway 47 yards on 2 catches. Number 10 has 2 catches for 11 yards. That's Verrazano Henderson. And then number 8, Cisnier Dubois, has 1 catch for 4 yards. And that's where we're at. Again, 20-16 Vikings with right here at half. And guys, really, and I'm sorry I missed part of that blast. It seemed like
forever,
about 30 minutes of the first half, but a pretty entertaining first half.
First off, I'm going into the front office and I'm asking for more money since I had to double as a play-by-play guy and analyst.
And cameraman.
Switchboard
worker.
We know it's going to be this long. Yeah, what an interesting half. I'll tell you what, it did not lack for drama or excitement that first half with, what started off was just a really good first quarter with both teams doing some nice sustained drives, going back and forth and scoring. Unfortunately, got a little ugly in the second quarter, Dave, with just a lot of laundry on the field, And you mentioned that the last guy, unfortunately, you mentioned for North, Sincere Dubois, the guy that I loved calling his name. He was ejected from the game after having his second unsportsmanlike conduct. So, and again, as we talked about at the end of the first half, as DJ and I talked about, a lot of guys still with their names on that list as far as unsportsmanlike conduct. So, again, unless we have a clean second half, there's an opportunity for more guys to have an opportunity to be asked to go to the locker room.
Yeah, I know. Northwest has one, and I don't know who it was on. North had at least 3, maybe 4, but at least 3.
Right.
We know that if they had 3, 2 of them were on Dubois. So there's one more setting out there on both teams that could get somebody kicked out.
Right.
And unfortunately, unfortunately, like it said, it's been a spirited first half of football. Both teams sort of going back and forth on each other. Unfortunately, got a little chippy there at times.
Yeah, but let's talk about the positive things. Again, it's so easy to dwell on the negative things. I think the positive things is, first of all, West has been successful in the air. You've got 2 touchdown passes by C.J. Callahan, one to Wesley Clark, the other one to Will Humphreys. The other thing is we've had a pretty good rushing game. Gilliard has close to 50 yards. And then you had Kinney, who's kind of spelled him in the second quarter, who came in and showed a nice spark for West. So, again, I love that balanced attack. On the north side, man, I'll tell you what, we got to find an answer for that number 1 Conaway. We talked about that in the first half, Dave. I mean, how this guy gets lost on the field, I don't know. First of all, he's one of the biggest guys out there. He's one of the fastest guys out there, and he broke free for a reverse right at the end of the half to give up an easy score, which is disappointing if you're a West Viking fan. Yeah,
I mean, when they need a big play, more than likely he's going to be the guy that gets the ball put in his hands one way or the other via running or throwing the ball.
Right.
So, again, we're right here ready to go for the second half. The West won the toss, deferred, so they will get the kickoff here. And again, we have Wesley Clark and Trayvon Gilliard back to receive this kick, standing right about their own 10-yard line. And there's the start of the second half. It's a short kick taken at the 25-yard line and up to the 30-yard line.
Kickoff return by number 6,
Looks like
Blewett.
Jalen Blewett takes it up to the 31. So it'll be West with the ball, starting with 11:57 left to go here, just starting the second half. West will have the ball on their own 31-yard line.
Let's go, Vikes!
So you got to hope to see, guys, a fast start like this. We haven't played 2 halves all year long. We've played a first half and no second. We played second and no first. So it'll be nice to see what West does here. And Trayvon Gilliard will take it up for 4 yards up to the 35-yard line, where it'll be second and 6.
The nice thing that happened last game, Dave, is we broke that third quarter jinx where we hadn't scored all year. So we scored nearly 3 times last week. We scored twice, and then right at the beginning of the fourth quarter. So again, let's play off that. Let's play off that positive. Vikes are already 20 points up. Only averaging 14 on the year. So let's see this first drive, see what we can do with the ball.
Callahan's going to give to Gilliard again, who's spinning and spinning and spinning and fighting his way up to about the 38-yard line. It'll be a gain of 3, which will bring up a 3rd and 3 here. And this is it's a big play for West. You don't want to get that second half kickoff and then go 3 and out.
No, you obviously like to take advantage of that and put some points on the board and then make North play catch up.
Humphrey split, and there's going to be 5 yards. Humphreys was split to the right with Clark in the slot and had movement in the West backfield. So a 3rd and 3 will bring up 3rd and 8. May change the play call here.
And really for West, a relatively clean game as far as execution, not counting the unsportsmanlike conduct before that play. It's just unfortunate because one of the things we talk about week in and week out is manageable third down plays, and you had yourself in a manageable third down situation, and now you kick yourself back to a 3rd and long.
So 3rd and 8 now, 3rd and 7. Callahan back to pass. He's going to step up and he's going to run. He's not going
Face
to
mask, yeah.
So he was a yard short of the first down, actually about a half a yard short of the first down. And I got to believe that's probably the 15-yard variety right there, guys.
Yeah, but how was the one on Wesley Clark on that kickoff not a 15-yard?
I was surprised too. They did call that a personal foul, so it's 15 yards. So it's going to be a 6-yard run by C.J. Callahan, and then they tack on 15 yards on the penalty, and it'll give West a first down at the north 45-yard line.
And again, as we've talked about so many times, field position. So for North, you can't afford to give away yardage when you're down and you're losing the game.
Callahan under center. There's the give to Cadillo. Right up the middle. He's going to get maybe a yard, but he's fighting his way. He should have been stopped for about a yard gain and ends up getting 5 really hard yards.
Nice second effort by Cadillo on that one. He easily could have been stopped for a 1-yard gain and actually turns it into a 5-yard gain.
9:42 left to go here in the 3rd quarter. Singh bringing the play in with Callahan. Wesley Clark will come to the sideline. Singh will split out wide to the left. Humphreys will be in the slot left. I formation behind Callahan. There's the give to Trayvon Gilliard, who's going to spin his way to the 38-yard line. The only thing I see Trayvon running hard tonight, but he's doing a lot of spinning right now.
Yeah. And DJ talked about earlier, he does such a great job of kind of that change of direction, that being able to jump stop. And right now what's happening, he's kind of finding himself in the hole, and he is trying to spin away.
So we'll get him a gain of 1 to the 44, and it'll bring up 2nd and 9. And they give to him right up the middle again. He's hit in the backfield, and he's going to be pulled down for a loss. They give him forward progress to the 40, so it's only going to be a loss of 1. But it will bring up a 4th and 5.
And I'll tell you what, that number 39, Chance Thomas for North, stunning on that play. He was almost in the backfield before Trayvon actually had the handoff. And so West drive stalls out here at the North 40-yard line.
Ruben Anderson on the punt with 8:17 left to go here in the second half. In the 3rd quarter, excuse me. 4th and 5 from the 40-yard line. There's the snap back to Anderson and the punt. And fair catch called for at the 8-yard line. We have a Blewett blocked. Possibly could have been blocked in the back, but nothing. So
nice kick by Ruben Anderson.
They're going to down it at the 7-yard line. So a nice 33-yard punt with 7:58 left to go. And you know what, guys? It's not great. Good thing is, I guess you took 4 minutes off the clock, but it would have been nice to get a score there and get back up by 2 scores again.
One of the things DJ and I were talking about at the end of the first half was it was interesting when you had the dead ball foul, you had the extra play at the end of the half. You were actually within field goal range and decided to go for it, which could have made it a 7-point game. Come on the second half, maybe because you think you got the ball in the second half. But anyway, now at least you pin North back in deep in their own territory inside the 10.
So Conway is going to take the Wildcat. He's going to go. So Conway is the one who's delivering the hits out there on that. And I tell you what, Beast is the best. We said it many, many times tonight, but right now, when he gets the ball, he looks like a man amongst boys.
Now, interesting for North. I hadn't seen this in any previous film, putting Conway back in the Wildcat in that formation. Now they're back to the traditional formation here on
but when he's back there, he's going to run it.
Right.
So a 16-yard run by Conway out of the Wildcat. And there's a 3-yard run for Derek Quinn. It's back there. He takes it forward to the 27-yard line. And it'll be 2nd and 7 from there. Bush back in the shotgun formation, flanked to both sides. Quinn gets hit, and Bush keeps it. Nice read by Bush because Quinn got engulfed right there at the mesh point. So
yeah, Dante Smith-Posey was back there. I think he thought he was taking the handoff and handed it to Bush. Made a great read because otherwise Dante Smith-Posey had him for at least a 6-yard loss.
So a 1-yard gain by Zach Bush will bring up it's a long 5, a short 6. They have to get to the 34-yard line.
Yeah, if I'm West, I've got to be looking at Mr. Number 1 out there.
Conway split to the left. Let's see if they look his way. They don't. There's the handoff and they get the first down. Quinn takes it all the way up to the 36-yard line, a gain of 8 yards and a first down.
Derek Quinn, tackle by number 20.
So,
yeah, that was a good opportunity. It would have been nice for West to hold ground there. Now you give up the first down and North out to as this drive started inside the 10. Now they're all the way out to the 36-yard line.
So 1st and 10 from the 36-yard line. Conway split to the left. Receivers to the right. In the pistol, Bush is going to go. He wanted to keep it. Quinn wanted to take it, and they got a little mixed up there, but they actually were able to take it forward for a gain of 3 yards to the 39-yard line.
I'm not so sure that they were better off Derek Quinn taking the ball on that one.
So give them a gain of 4 to the 40-yard line. Bring up a 2nd and 6. We're at 5, just under the 6-minute mark. 5:55 left to go here in the third quarter. Bush in the pistol with Quinn behind him. The snap, and he's going to run it. There's a quarterback draw, and he's taken down. Nice job by Xavier Gleese there to submarine that and Chase Webb to finish it off.
Great job, great job by Gleese. And one of the things DJ had been talking about all night long was just being aggressive and to the point of attack. And Gleese was all over that play, Dave, in the backfield, catching him for a loss.
So no gain officially on the play. Right at the 40-yard line, they'll bring up a big 3rd and 6 here for North, and we've had one 3rd down. We tried to stop here. Let's see if we can get off the field here. Bush is trying to. Oh, there's a hold.
Nice,
so almost picked. Good coverage by Wesley Clark there downfield, and could have been called for a hold here as we look at the replay real quick. Right there. And I think they wanted one, but they didn't get it.
Interesting play. They came up with that bunch formation, the trips bunch formation to the right. And I said so many times I've seen the Conway do that bubble screen, and they actually faked the bubble screen. I think they tried to catch West on them reading film and then trying to go down over the top. Great coverage by Wesley Clark and a turnover, or turns the ball over.
So Wesley fumbles the punt, but jumped on there by Oleo Gentry.
Fumble on the kickoff.
So we'll give him a 35-yard punt there.
And a little
no return.
There. Yeah, you had a real low kind of soccer-style kick. Wesley Clark had to fumble the ball. Thankfully, Gentry's there to recover it, but otherwise, you turn the ball back over in your own territory on the 25-yard line. A 4-point game could have been pretty dangerous for West. So, fortunate bounce for West, and fortunate that Gentry was there to pick up the fumble.
A much better punt that time by Bush. A 22-yard punt in the first half gave up real good field position for West, but a 35-yard punt there. Callahan's looking, trying to get it out.
Wide open.
And he's got
throw the ball.
Pass intended for number 21, Wesley
knocked
Clark.
out of bounds, deflected, knocked down, and it'll be no gain. A be second down and 10 at the 25-yard line.
One of those guys we were talking about at the beginning of the game, Dave, one of the down linemen for North, Ryland Miller, number 71. Big paws, 6'4", 230. Got his hands up and knocked that ball down.
You know, the one thing we talk about a lot is whether CJ stay in the pocket or out of the pocket. The one thing that's tough there, they're trying to get him to the right. He never was able to turn his shoulders to get any kind of throwing. And again, they're throwing to the right. There's that little bread and butter play to Cadillo. He's going to take it all the way up to the 48-yard line. And I'll tell you what, that's a nice 23-yard gain by Joseph Cadillo.
Yeah, and again, not trying to get too fancy, using your wide receivers out front to clear the zone, bring Cadillo down underneath in the flat. Great play. Cadillo did a nice job of turning the ball upfield and making a nice gain out of that play.
So Cadillo takes that Callahan pass up to the 48-yard line, sets up 1st and 10. There's the give to Kinney, who's back in the game. He's going to take it into North Territory. He's going to get up to about the 48-yard line. So a gain of 4 by Andrew Kinney on 1st down.
And I like saying that. It's nice to see Kinney come in to be able to spell Gilliard. I mean, you got a guy that's playing on both sides of the ball. So Kinney's a nice kind of spark plug, comes in there. Nice 1st down gain for West.
3:58 left to go here in the 3rd quarter. It's been a quick 3rd quarter. Not of both teams having the ball. One possession, both punting. There's the give to Cadillo, but no, this is going to be kept by C.J. Callahan. It's going to take it around the end up to the 41-yard line. A 7-yard gain and a 1st down by C.J. Callahan.
And it's funny, it was one of those, you have that nice mesh and you want the quarterback to ride that ball. And Cadillo sure thought it was his ball, and Callahan says, no, I'm taking this one. And actually, it was a great read by C.J. Gets around the outside to get the 1st down.
It was one of the better runs we've seen with CJ with that option quarterback keeper right there.
Right, it was a nice read on that play.
So a 7-yard CJ Callahan run will bring up another 1st and 10 for West at the 41-yard line, the North. There's the give to Kinney, and he's going to try to take it around the side. He gets to the 40-yard line, a gain of 1, and he's brought down there by number 71, Ryland Miller.
Now that's a case where it was another kind of read, and I wish CJ would have kept it on that one. I think he had room up the middle.
Yeah, and he did sprint. He did sprint fairly unmolested up the middle there for a little while. It would have been nice to see what he could have got there. Callahan back in the shotgun with backs both hips. He's looking to throw this time. He's going to go deep. He's trying to get, and there's a pass interference penalty. Wesley Clark. I'm not sure Wesley saw the flag thrown because he was asking the referee if there was going to be a pass interference, and the flag had already been thrown.
And we'll benefit from that one. There really was good coverage. I mean, you had coverage over the top and coverage underneath. They had double coverage. Unfortunately, they got their legs tied up with Clark.
It looked like Conaway just ran into the back of him. He didn't have to, I don't think.
I agree with you, Chris. I think the coverage was there, and unfortunately for them, they knocked down Clark, so we benefit from that.
So the penalty will bring up 1st and 10 at the 25 North. There's the give to Kinney. He's going to try to take it up front. He's face mask to face mask by Noah Laird right there, right at the line of scrimmage. They'll give him 1 yard to the 24-yard line. And
we're going to turn down the field mic a little, Dave, as we have some parents and little boys.
And I will say,
which they should be. I mean, it was helmet to helmet. But.
Yeah, it was good face mask to face mask in there, and he met him. They met each other at the hole, and they both went down. So a gain of 1 there on the play for Kinney.
I think all the pleasantries were out of the way in the first quarter, Dave.
I agree. Callahan's rolling to his right. He wants to throw. He has nobody to throw to, and he's going to go out of bounds at the 28-yard line.
And I'll tell you that
loss of 4.
That Ryland Miller is really making a name for himself in the second half. He's really taken over and just causing CJ just a lot of trouble out of the pocket.
So 1:54 left to go. Callahan went out of bounds, so the clock stops with 1:54. 20-16 Vikings. A 3rd and 14, a big play here.
Really a big
Humphreys
third down
out to his
play.
left. Yeah, big play. Humphreys to his left, and Wesley Clark to the right. He's looking. He doesn't have anybody to go to. He's going to have to roll, see if he can get out to the side, and he's just going to throw it away. And actually
That's
a very smart play to throw that one away. And, you know, when he's got to run out of the pocket that way, that's not his game that he's going to have to do. He turned to make that pass and had 2 guys in his face.
No, and I tell you what, the North is fired up. They know they're in this game. It's only a 4-point game. That was a big 3rd down play for us. We were just outside field goal range. Obviously, West is thinking, you know what, we can hold these guys. They're going for it in 4th down. We've got 4th and 15, and they come to the line of scrimmage.
So 4th down, we'll see. There's the pitch. There's going to be the throw. Trayvon Gilliard's throwing to Wesley Clark for the touchdown. And we're going to have to see an instant replay on that. 134, here's the play.
I got that one,
Pitch to Trayvon Gilliard. And there's Wesley Clark for the touchdown in the corner, right at the pylon.
Both feet in.
Both feet in, and a 29-yard touchdown.
Wow, Dave.
2 weeks in a row it worked, huh?
So a 29-yard touchdown. That is 2 weeks in a row.
They didn't watch film from last week, I guess.
Say, if you're North, you're pretty upset because you just saw that last week happen. But hey, Trayvon Gilliard, I'll tell you what, we might have to think about letting him throw the ball some more.
I mean, the one that he threw last week was on the money too.
He's like 2 for 3 and throwing the ball. I'm not so sure I don't have him kicking field goals now. There's not a whole lot that Trayvon Gilliard cannot do. Run the ball. He plays defense, and he throws the ball.
So a 27-16 lead for the Vikings after the Reuben Anderson extra point. A 29-yard touchdown pass on the halfback pass from Gilliard to Wesley Clark.
That corner bit on that really, really bad. I mean, he was playing run the whole way, and the safety just couldn't quite get there. But
no, you did, and you saw that on the replay too. The corner bit on it big time, and the safety just didn't have near enough time to get over there to cover.
So we'll see what happens here.
Okay, so
134 left to go, and a West with a 27-16 lead.
If I'm Reuben Anderson, and I don't know if you've had any conversation with
kick
coaches
it out of
on the
bounds.
sidelines, but I'm looking at that guy down the middle of the field with a number 1 on his jersey, and I'm thinking I do not want to kick to him.
So Reuben Anderson will kick off from the 40-yard line, and they got to find Conway right there in the middle of the field. I don't think I'm going to be kicking to him, and they aren't. And it's going to be short, taken. The thing is, you're not going to kick away from him. You better get down there and cover. You know, and the thing is, if it's short, you know you got to get down there quick. The bad thing is it was sort of a line drive short kick instead of a really high short kick, and they didn't get down there, and De'Ara Quinn took it all the way up to the 40-yard line.
Yeah,
41.
Unfortunately, well, as you said, it was kind of a shallow a short kick, which did allow for your defense to get down there. And secondly, unfortunately, you kicked it to the guy who's probably the second best runner on the North team, which is their tailback, De'Ara Quinn.
And he was able to catch it on a full head of steam, and he went up there, nice return, about 15 to 20 yards up to the 41 yard line.
The very first kickoff of the game, he took it on our side of the field.
Yes, he did, right up to about the 48-yard line. There's the quick hitter to Yark. And you know what? Nice job of filling there by the safety. That was Jalen Blewett
coming in, hitting people.
Yeah. So Jalen Blewett came in there and filled, and so did Wesley Clark. That was a nice job there.
I think we got the markers. Okay, yeah.
So 2-yard gain up to the North 43-yard line.
Looks like 60 needs to come out of the game.
Bush in the pistol. Quinn back behind him. He's going to fake the handoff there, and they're going for it deep downfield. and a nice catch. Nice throw and nice catch to Henderson. Henderson catches it, takes it all the way down to the 23-yard line.
I'll tell you what, good coverage on the play. Henderson did a nice job of just using his body and sheltering the receiver from the ball, and Gentry was right there and all over it, but nicely thrown pass and a nice reception.
So a 34-yard reception by Henderson. 32 seconds now, 30 seconds left to go here in the third quarter. North has it inside West territory at the 23-yard line, 1st and 10. And we have a timeout by North here. And tell you what, guys, we'll take advantage of this timeout. We'll be right back.
I said, I'll tell you all the story about the Joker and the thief. I said, I'll tell you all about the Joker and the thief in the night.
So 1st and 10 here at the 23-yard line for North. There's the Wildcat again. And you know what? I think they were ready for it more that time.
Yeah, hit him.
And you know what, guys? What Chris just said, totally agree with it. You need to hit him.
Yeah.
Well,
Because he's gonna deliver it if you don't deliver it back to him.
Yeah, and he's the type of guy I think that'll lose it too if he starts getting frustrated.
well, and
Because he's frustrated right now walking off the field.
I think Chris touched on earlier too. When he's back in the Wildcat, he's running the ball. I don't think he's not going to hand the ball off. So pretty much you just shoot the gaps and just go after this guy.
So that's the end of the third quarter with the Vikings on top 27-16. We'll be right back for the last 12 minutes of this game. And here we are for the first play of the fourth quarter. It's a 2nd and 11 after the 1-yard loss. Bush in the pistol. He's going to roll out to his right. He's looking for his man. He's got him deep and he's wide open. And what a catch. What a catch right at the 2-yard line. So a nice catch by Henderson, who's made 2 really nice catches there. A 22-yard catch.
Yeah, and Henderson did a nice job of actually just keeping his feet in because Bush let him a little bit out of bounds. He was wide open. If all he's got to do is lay that ball in there as a touchdown. So really fortunate for West that it's out on the 2-yard line.
So basically this has been Henderson's drive. He's had a 34-yard catch and a 22-yard catch, brought this down to 1st and goal at the 2-yard line. 11:53 left to go here in the game. There's the give, and the keeper. Bush fools everybody, including this guy, and takes it in for 2 yards off the left side for a touchdown.
That was easy. They're going for 2, I would imagine.
Yeah.
I just run that same play.
it only makes sense. And to your point, Chris, they're leaving the offense in the field.
So they do have to make up. So obviously they have to make up one. They missed one extra point there right at the end of the half.
This would be a big stop here.
27-22.
Yeah,
we'll see what what West can do.
They got to hurry.
3 seconds left to see if they get the snap off. They do
Oh.
get it off. Bush
Go
is going to
get
roll.
him.
That's the same
Go
play.
get him.
Oh, that's a fumble. What a hit. He's down. I tell you what, Bush, we may see Conway in the we'll see. We go back to there
was quite a collision at the line.
There was
at
quite
the
a
goal
collision.
line.
And I tell you what, we may see Conway running a lot of Wildcat here in the fourth quarter.
Well, it's funny. Bush got up and walked away, but Will Humphreys, who was in on the hit, he's a little slow getting out, which comes into play because he's your D-back and he's your wide receiver.
And he's usually the guy who's going to return the kickoff here in a second. So the two-point conversion is no good. A pretty mighty collision right there at the goal line keeps them out of the end zone and preserves the 5-point lead. 27-22 Vikings. 11:49 to go left to go here in the game.
So the interesting part about it, even though they missed the extra point, obviously it would have made it a field goal game. It's still a one-possession game. So still anybody's ball game at this point. We still have quite the shootout.
Yeah, we got a lot. This is going to be an interesting last quarter here.
It's an exciting game. It's a fun game to watch, but it's probably one of these games, Dave, it's going to boil down to who's got the ball last and which defense can hold. Because at this point, both teams seem to be kind of giving up the score.
There's the high kick. Clark's going to take it at the 20. He's taking it up the right side. He's still alive. He's still alive all the way to the 43-yard line. So I tell you what, guys, neither one of these teams wants to kick really deep, but he didn't kick short enough. It was high and let Wesley Clark come under that.
Well, if you're North, I got to be disappointed in my coverage team because Clark's got the ball. He's no more than 2 yards from the sideline. He ran it 15 yards up the sideline. It would have been really easy just to pinch him out of bounds.
So Wesley Clark takes it all the way up to the 43-yard line of West. And I tell you what,
good drive, run the ball here, run some clock.
West has enjoyed great field position all night long. So there's the snap to Callahan. He's going to look to pitch it. He's going to keep it. Nice fake by CJ all the way up to the 46-yard line of North. And
Ball kept by number 10.
I tell you what, in the last two drives, we've seen CJ as fleet of foot as we've seen him all year long.
No, and it was good read by CJ. The linebacker on that play has got to come in. He's got to crack down on the quarterback. And all he did was CJ gave him just a little bit of a look outside, and he went for it. And CJ cut it upfield. It was a great read.
So a gain of 11 right there on first down gives another first down for West inside North territory at the 46-yard line. Callahan. Ooh, we could have got there a call for Trayvon. It was leaning a little bit. Nice side step. He takes it all the way up to the 37-yard line for a gain of 9. And you know what? Right there is what you saw what DJ was talking about. He's got that nice little side step that he can do. But he's not at least turning his back to the he's not turning his back and not spinning, but he's keeping forward and moving forward. It's nice to see. 2nd and 1. We'll see what West does here on 2nd and 1. They're just going to go for the first down. Great. And
That's good. First
Gilliard takes it forward for 2 yards in the first down. And you know, a lot of times, guys, you would say maybe you want to go, maybe you want to try to go for it there when you got 2nd and 1. But right now, you want to run as much clock. You want to keep possession of this ball as long as you possibly can.
Yeah, we've been snapping it with about 10 seconds left. I need to run it down a little bit.
Yeah,
a little bit more probably, but
we'll see. We're at 13 on the play clock right now. 10-17 left to go in the game. Callahan takes that pistol Snap and the give to
Good.
Kenny.
Oh.
Unfortunately, we're going to have
Number
a
26,
most
Andrew
likely
Kenny.
a hold
Flag
here
on the play.
on West where that came in. That was late. I think we're going to see a hold out there on the edge. So a 4-yard gain is going to be negated by that hold, which was right at the.
Holding. Offense.
Well, I didn't think it was that far in the backfield.
Yeah, it was like 3 or 4 yards back, I think.
So that's going to be.
I don't know how that is.
End up being a 14-yard penalty.
Right.
And I think the North coaches think that they may be held all night long because they're giving a hearty applause to that call right there. So a second or first and 23 right now. Callahan rolling out to his left. Same play as that 11-yard gain a couple plays ago, but this one's not near as successful. 2 yards. We'll give him three yards up to the 44-yard line.
And that penalty is going to play big, Dave, when you factor into this drive. You had the ball inside the 30, or you're short distance away from getting into field goal range, which again, then you put it into a 2-score game, and now you're all the way back to 3rd and nearly 20.
We're second
right?
and 21
Oh,
right
sorry,
now.
second
We
20.
did get we were second and 21, but still a lot of distance to make up here.
Oh,
and
no,
the
no,
fumble.
fumble the snap.
Callahan's just going to have to keep it. He's going to get a
Why didn't you just
yard
call a timeout,
to the
Coach?
44-yard line.
Ball run by number 10.
We didn't
CJ
really know what we
Callahan.
were doing there.
9:05. We're just coming under 9 minutes left to go in the game, and this is going to bring up. Now you got your 3rd and
Now,
20.
I was going to say, unfortunately, I think I just jinxed him into the 3rd and 20. A lot of time on the clock, and you would have been a perfect time for a long sustained drive. This is going to be a big play, and really just more of a field position play. You'd like to think you get a first down, but I think you really just need to have a positive yardage.
Callahan rolling to his left, tries to get rid of it to Cadillo underneath. Bad thing is there, it stops the clock.
Yeah, I was going to say the same thing.
Brings on a punting situation.
2 things. You force yourself into a punt bait. You do stop the clock as well. Now, you just need to have a
We need another one of those down to like 6 or 7 like last time.
right, a really well executed kick. So now you want Ruben Anderson to angle kick this, keep it away from him, but you don't want to go through the end zone. You want to try to pin him back inside the 20 as much as possible.
8:31 left to go here in the game. Anderson lining up for this punt. There's the punt. A high spinning kick, wobbly kick.
Oh, it's going to bounce.
That's a
Let it go,
nice
let it go.
punt. Oh, that's
He can't push him into him, can
yeah. He can't push in the back.
he? Yeah.
You can't. You can block, but you can't block in the back. So a
Block
great
back
punt
there.
there by Ruben Anderson. It's going to be downed at the 7-yard line. So a 37-yard punt by Ruben Anderson, and North will take over at their 7-yard line.
Did we get a fortunate spot there? Did it appear that we touched the ball?
No, I don't think we
I don't
touched
think
it
so.
until the
Okay.
very end. We got pushed in the back towards the ball, but we didn't touch it until the very end of it. So North will take over 1st and 10 at their own 7-yard line with 8:19 left to go in the game. This is the second time that North has started at their own 7-yard line tonight. They started at the 7 earlier in the game after a nice punt in the second quarter.
There we go.
There's movement. That's and Conway's going to take it all the way up to the. And here I'm going to look at the replay. I thought they had 2 guys in motion. They had a guy in motion, and then Conway moves early. So that's a really big miss by the officials right there. They had one guy in motion, and Conway moved too. That should have been a legal motion, and that should have been back half the distance to the goal. That's a really bad miss right there, guys.
It sure looked like
So a 23-yard.
was in motion.
Yeah, they did. 23-yard gain out to the 30-yard line. Quinn's going to take it up to the 37-yard line. A gain of 7.
Run by number 21, De'Ara Quinn.
Clock continues to run. 7:43 left to go here in the game.
Tackle by number 3.
West has the ball, or excuse me, North has the ball at their own 36.5-yard line.
Yeah, it's funny. Something you picked up the other week. Both these quarterbacks are going to the sideline for the call.
Which
is crazy.
In this case, you just took about another 10 seconds off the clock.
Absolutely. That's what I was going to say. That's good for us. We're running clock. Bush takes the snap. He's going to give to his back. It's a great tackle. Nice job by Wesley Clark out there to get number 7 Noah Laird down after a gain of only, we'll give him 1 yard to the 38-yard line. A big play because that brings up a 3rd and 2. And it's one thing I've seen tonight. Our safeties have filled, I think, better than I've seen them all year long. Now, the one thing is, we'll see if they take advantage of that aggressiveness and try to go over the top of our safeties. They have done it one time tonight. 3rd and 2. There's the keeper by Bush. He's going to have the first down to the 42-yard line. He's driven back there by a host of Vikings, but not until he gets the first down with 6:25 left to go.
The one thing I'm seeing tonight that I haven't seen all season, Dave, is just that gang tackling.
Yeah, great.
We actually have the opportunity for the second guy to come up and try to strip. In the past, it seems like we only have 1, maybe 2 guys taking the ball carrier down, whereas tonight there's been a lot more team tackling, which just shows more aggressiveness to the ball.
So a 1st and 10 at the 42-yard line. North's only 42-yard line. Bush back there with Quinn to his hip. He's looking, trying to go deep. He doesn't have anybody there, and there's a jump pass. He tried to get Conway. Here, we'll go to the replay here while we're 0 and on. He tried to get Conway here. It was tipped off of him, then tipped off. Looked like Cadeau had a chance at the interception, and then almost a chance at a second interception, but it falls incomplete to the turf. And 6 minutes even left to go in this game. A 2nd and 10 at the North 42-yard line. (27-22) Vikings over the Indians right now. 2nd and 10 at the 42. Bush is looking to throw again. It's a screen pass, and it could be, that's a dangerous screen pass, and I can't believe that North didn't get flagged right there for kicking that ball after it fell incomplete on the ground.
I'll tell you what, we dodged the bullet on that one, Dave. We had our whole defensive line in the backfield, and Conaway licking his chops waiting for the ball, and fortunately we threw it over his head.
So the clock stops on the incomplete pass. 5:55 left to go here in the game.
You got to get pressure on him. He's
absolutely. And I think you need to keep it out of number 1's hand back here. He's at 3rd and 10, and you need a play. He's usually the guy you're going to go to. And they're looking for him right now. They're trying to throw it to him. That's incomplete pass.
It's holding.
He throws it out of bounds. So they're going to have to punt here, and that's the right call. They have 2 of their timeouts. 5:46 left to go here. 27-22. I think you want to watch and be safe that we're not bailing and they run underneath.
Right. But and your punter is your quarterback.
Yes. So we'll see what they do here. Bush is back at his 30-yard line, ready to punt this away. Wesley Clark standing around his 30-yard line, ready to take it. A rugby-style punt.
Wow, almost snapped it over his head.
Oh, and a bad punt. We got to get away from it. Wes got to get away from it and just let it go.
Yeah.
Right at the 35-yard line. So a 23-yard punt by Bush with 5:36 left to go. And West will take over on their own 35-yard line.
Right after this game.
Yeah, at this point, Dave, you've got to feel like you're in pretty good shape. You got control of the ball. You've been moving the ball. They're still down by 2 scores.
Just no stupid penalties and get a couple first downs, and it should be ours.
This is where Mitch Holthus would say, put the hammer down, I think. So we'll see what happens.
Put the hammer down.
5:36 left to go. West starts 1st and 10 at their own 35. They give to Gilliard. He's trying to look for a hole, and he picks it. Oh, and there's going to be a hold. Oh, unfortunate. Gilliard with a nice 11-yard run is going to be taken back for a holding penalty.
No, you'd like to think Trayvon did a nice job of just kind of being patient, finding his way through the hole, and unfortunately, I think it was somebody grabbed somebody that created that nice hole. And again, these holding penalties are killing us. In this case, it was a true 10 yards.
So a holding penalty will bring it back to the 25-yard line and make it 1st and 20. 5:25 left to go on the game. Clock is running. Callahan under center in I formation. He's going to roll out to his right, or to his left.
Oh.
Cadillo looking for the pass underneath, and it's in and out of his hands.
What are we doing?
Incomplete. And it'll be 2nd down and 20 at the 25-yard line.
2nd down.
Okay, well, unfortunately, we just stopped the clock again.
Yeah, that's the unfortunate part of it. If he gets it, it's not a long gain, but at least the clock keeps running if he stays in bounds there. But
now you find yourself in an interesting situation. You're 2nd and 20. You sure as heck don't want to stop the clock again. And if you don't get anything out of this run, then you put yourself in a really 3rd and long situation.
Callahan's back to pass again. He's looking for Humphreys. He has nowhere to go, and he's going to go down at the 20-yard line.
Okay, well, there's where CJ just made the...
Oh, my. They're back. That's a horrible spot back to the 17. He gets hit at the 19-yard line and driven back, and they take him back to the 17-yard line. So a loss of 8. And I'll tell you what, guys, right now,
the only good thing that came out of that is that the
clock kept running.
But the bad thing is really, if you commit yourself to a pass, CJ just needs to throw that ball out of bounds and concede that instead of conceding that sack. Now you're 3rd and eternity.
3rd and 28 from the 17-yard line. There's the pitch to Kenny. He's going to try to take it wide to the right. He just needs to stay in bounds, too, and he does. And there's a hold on West, which will be declined. I would take it.
Flags on the play.
Yeah, it stops the clock, too.
So clock stopped right now. 4:13 left. A hold on West will be declined. So
Holding. Offense.
the run is up to the 27-yard line. So it is a gain of 10.
Or I say
on
no
3rd
stupid
down.
penalties and run the football. We didn't either.
Yeah, so that's a difficult one right there. That wasn't the series you really wanted. 2 holding penalties, 1 decline, but
Well, now after the field position you had, because we started the ball on the 35
5-yard line.
Now you're going to turn the ball back over with 3 and some change, and they've got 2 timeouts.
Rubin with a nice high punt. Fair caught at the 46-yard line.
Punt, fair caught by number 10.
So a 27-yard punt with 3:46 left to go. And North will take over 1st and 10 at its own 46-yard line.
Well, this is what senior night's all about, right? Who wants it more?
Guys, if you ever needed a stop, this is the time you need to get your stop. Bush back there with Quinn. Yes, they had the
got the
wrong ball.
inflated one in there.
Exactly.
Tom Brady's on the sideline. Yes. So we're offsides. Now we're not. There's the snap back to Bush. He's going to get the reverse, and Conway's going to take it up, and he's just going to keep moving. And we got to get a tackle there.
Yeah. That guy's not going out of bounds. He's like, hey, thankfully he was against the sidelines and we were able just to sneak him out. But if you're West, you're paying attention to who number 1 is, and as much as I hate to say it, he's almost a guy at this point in time. I'm going to shadow him.
25-yard gain up to the 29-yard line of West. 1st and 10, 3:35 left to go here in the game. There's the snap to Bush. He's going to give it to Quinn. He's coming around the right side. There's a hole. There's a block.
In the back. Another one in the back.
And I'm not sure what they're looking at because Weiss got blocked in the back.
Right.
Conway got away with the block in the back. And there's a...
When you stick your hands up in the air, that probably means you did something wrong.
Yeah. So, out of bounds with 3:27 left to go. No gain.
How come they always sit right in front of us?
We have to watch that field mic every once in a while.
3:27 left to go. No gain. 2nd and 10. 29-yard line. The Bush will roll out to his left. He's got, nice gain. All the way down to the 10-yard line. The throw out there to Noah Laird. Down to the 10-yard line. And it looks like it will set up 1st and goal just inside the 10 at the 9. 20-yard gain on the play. Bush to Laird for 20 yards down to 9, and it's 1st and goal here with 3:11 left to go in the game, and they have to score. They're going to have to score here. We'll see what happens. Bush is going to give to Quinn. Quinn's going to take it down to the 4-yard line, so a gain of 5 on 1st down.
Ball run by number 21.
We'll make it 2nd and goal from the 4.
This is interesting too. So at this point, now North really in control. They've got the ball. They've got the clock doing what they want it to do, and they are in scoring range, obviously, with 3 plays and 4 yards to go.
2:30 left to go here in the game. Bush, there's the give to Quinn, who's trying to get outside, and he does. Touchdown right inside the pylon with 2:24 left to go. So Quinn with a 4-yard run.
Well, and North probably in another 2-point situation, going up by 1.
27-28, yes. You would think they're going to go for 2 here. They have to go for 2 to try to make this a 3-point game. And you know what, guys? It'd be nice to see something run back for 2 and go the other way.
True.
A little Eric Berry.
Yeah, we'll see what happens. North going for 2 after the Quinn 4-yard touchdown run. And the Wildcat formation, there's Conway. He's going to go in. He's got it in. So a 30-27 lead.
Conversion is good.
Let's go, Vikes! We got this!
Okay, guys. So fun game.
Absolutely.
Now
It could be more fun here shortly.
Well, we had talked about earlier. This could come down to who's last man standing, whoever's got the ball last. So definitely plenty of time on the clock. You've got 2 timeouts, 2:24. North has been kicking the ball short, has essentially been giving you the ball on about the 35-yard line. Really, it's just, hey, you got to say to yourself, guys, senior night, we are in control of the ball. Let's go down, score this game, and put it away.
Yeah, I mean, why not?
Absolutely. Make your drive, make it happen. You've been
Get a good return here, and you never know.
Let's go!
I mean, we've been moving the ball somewhat all night, you know. I mean, it's not like we haven't been moving the ball except for that. I mean, that last drive wasn't ideal, but that we had. I mean, we could have, I think, made it a little bit more tougher on them. But, hey, here we are.
Well, hey, we got 27 points on the board, already more than we've scored this year, and an opportunity to get the ball back.
So here's the kick, a high kick, spinning kick, taken by Wesley Clark, and he's just going to fall on it at the 28-yard line. So 2:21 left to go, and I'll tell you what, there's 72 yards that stands between West and a victory right now.
And we got all 3 timeouts, so that's a good thing.
Well, and not that you want to be thinking this way, Dave, but a field goal does tie it up.
Yeah.
And so you don't have to have a touchdown, but you do need to get it within scoring range, within field goal range.
You're probably looking at getting it within the 15-yard line
Right.
to get try to get a field goal. Callahan looking to throw. He's going to run up the middle. He's got a little bit of room up the middle. He's going to take it up to about the 31-yard line for a gain of 3. And he'll be down there. The clock continues to run. We're going to be under 2 minutes when this ball is snapped.
Okay, and I don't like this. Your quarterback coming over the sideline. You run the play in anyway. Let's
call 2 plays in a row. Give the guy going to CJ 2 plays in a row. That way you're not wasting 30 seconds.
Callahan in the pistol. Gilliard behind him. He's still looking to throw. There's the pump fake. He doesn't have anybody open. He's going to throw it now, and it's incomplete. Low and away to Will Humphreys.
Well,
It's going to bring up 3rd and 7.
In this day and age, you hear that back shoulder throw all the time.
3rd down.
Will's going down. You send the 2 guys in the same zone. The guy underneath is covered. Will Humphreys is floating down there with a lot of space. If you just throw that ball short with the intention of throwing it back shoulder, I think there's room there, Dave, and I think it's just an opportunity we missed on that play.
Big 3rd and 7 play here. Callahan rolling out to his left, and he gets immediate pressure. And actually, the best thing right there is probably that Cadillo didn't catch that pass, because it would have been a really no gain, and the clock would have kept going.
Right.
And I tell you what, guys, the hardest part right there is Callahan had somebody up in his face 5 yards back as soon as he wanted to set the throw.
You know what's interesting is we notoriously roll our quarterback out of the pocket, and I'm not so sure that we would be better off just staying in the pocket.
Yeah, because they're coming hard upfield trying to disrupt that, and they have been doing it. They did it last drive too. So Callahan's trying to throw. He has nobody, and he's going to go down at the 29-yard line. So West has all 3 timeouts with 1:24. So they gave it over on downs. The big thing is North will take over on downs with 1:24 left to go here at the West 29-yard line, and West will have to use all 3 of its timeouts here, and they'll have to get a stop. 10 yards and this game's over, and they'll probably, the thing is, if North does it where they're at right now, most likely they're going to go for it on 4th down too.
I think you're going to. At this point in time, you're going to hang on to the ball. You're going to run. You're going to milk that clock as much as possible. And to your point, Dave, you're going to leave hardly anything left on the clock.
So all you can hope for is a turnover. Quinn's going to take it right into
This
the
is a false start.
26-yard line, a 3-yard gain. West calls its first timeout. 1:18 left to go here.
Timeout, Shawnee Mission West.
So 118.
You're going to have
What do you
to.
figure you're going to have? You're going to probably run 5 seconds off the clock with each play if you stop them.
Yeah,
right
so
from the
there's
start.
10 seconds there, and then there's another probably 35 seconds on
right.
4th down. So you probably got 45 seconds, maybe 50 seconds. Let's say best case scenario is you get a ball back with about 30 seconds and no timeouts at your own 20-yard line.
And depending on what North does, I mean, you're close to pooch punting, but you might even pooch it just to make him go another
to go
10
back
yards,
there, yeah. So Bush back in the pistol, 2nd and 7. There's the give, and there's the game. First down, and that's going to do it. West is not going to have enough timeouts now to stop this game. Quinn is forward to the 16-yard line, a gain of 13.
You can just kneel it now.
Yeah.
And The clock continues to run. 1 minute left to go in the game, and North is going to snap it again here in a pistol formation. The West, the best they can hope for is a turnover. They're not going to get it. There's the second timeout. West will have one more timeout, 45 seconds left.
Tackled by number 21.
The only thing that West can hope for right now is a turnover, guys.
Not that it really matters, but did anybody find it unusual other than me that you would be in the shotgun when you really can't afford a fumble? I mean, wouldn't you be under center?
You would think so, but I don't think they've taken a snap under center all night long.
This is true.
It's been Wildcat or Bush back there, and they've done it.
Right.
So the ball is at the West 15-yard line. A 1 yard run on a 1 yard gain on that. They actually give them 2 yards. It'll be 2nd and 8 at the 15. Ball just inside the 15. 45 seconds left to go. North up 30-27, and again, the only thing that West really can hope for right here is a turnover.
Yeah, there's really not much to do here other than just try to guess the count and see if you can throw the center off and get a missed snap. That's not.
There's the give to Quinn. He's trying to get up front. He's trying to break it. He's not going to be there. It's going to be down at the 10-yard line. So West will take its last time out. 3rd and 8 here. 3rd and about 3 at the 10-yard line.
And really, at this point, all you have to do is take the snap, and I'm sure your quarterback's going to run around in the backfield because all you got to do is take a little bit more than 10 seconds off the clock, and the clock just runs out.
And it'll be a 25-second clock, and
right.
As we saw last week,
well, they wait 7 to 8 seconds to start.
I was going to say it'll take at least 8 to 10 seconds for them to get it set. So as long as you run around for maybe 3 to 5 seconds here, that should be the game.
Sounds silly, but you can almost just run straight towards your own goal line and just take 8 seconds off the clock.
Yeah.
And just fall down.
There's the give to Quinn. He's going to go. He's going to be met at the 11-yard line. So it's a loss of, they gave him to the 10. So there's down 28, 27, 26, and that's the game. They won't set the clock. 24 seconds, and that's the game. West will go down to defeat 30-27. The final seconds click off the clock. 5. And that's the game. The North Indians win 30-27. We'll be right back after this timeout. As we get ready for the West Light Show, here's the scoring in the second half. Again, it was 20-16 West at halftime with the lead, and then they went up 27-16 with 1:34 left to go in the third quarter on a 29-yard touchdown pass and the halfback pass from Trayvon Gilliard to Wesley Clark. Again, 29 yards. The extra point was good, and it was 27-16. North scores early in the fourth quarter with 11:49 left to go in the game on a 2-yard run by Bush. the 2-point conversion was no good, and it was 27-22. West still in the lead, and that's where it would stay until 2:24 left in the game. Quinn on a 4-yard run and Conaway on a 2-point conversion
Ladies and gentlemen,
gives
we hope
North
you
the
enjoyed
final
scoreboard this evening.
margin of a 30-27 lead. West had a chance with 2:21 left to go, but turned it over on
And we'd like
downs
to
without
thank our
getting a
community
first down,
partners,
and North ran
Allied
out the
Refreshment,
clock to
Baker
run out the
University,
game.
First National Bank, and the
Again, as we
University
get
of
ready for the
Kansas
light
Health
show,
System,
everything will
their
go off here
contributions,
in a
which will allow
second, so we'll
students
try
in the
to
school district to purchase the
get
new
as much
LED
as these
scoreboard.
stats in as we possibly
We
can
hope
when the lights go out.
has brought you the best game
In
experience
the second half,
tonight.
Callahan had 23 yards passing on 1 of 7. He had one completion for 23 yards. The 23-yard touchdown or pass to Joseph Cadillo, the only reception in this deal. Actually, I would say, and then he only had 23 on 1 of 1. Trayvon Gilliard had 29 yards on 1 of 1. Callahan 1 of 7. Wesley Clark with that 29 yards receiving on 1 catch. So only 2 catches there in the second half for West. A total of 2 for 8. Gilliard with 20 yards rushing on 6 carries. Callahan 8 carries for 19 yards. Cadillo 6 yards on 2 carries. And Kinney 11 yards on 2 carries. North 2 of 7 passing for 56 yards for Bush in the second half. Quinn with 63 yards rushing in the second half on only 4 carries. Runs of 16, 23, and 25. I'm sorry, that was Conaway. Quinn with 50 yards on 11 carries. Zach Bush with 5 yards on 3 carries. And then catching Henderson with 2 big catches, all on that same drive, 56 yards, catches of 34 and 22, and then a catch of 20 yards by Noah Laird is the only other reception there in the second half. So that's where it is. We're getting ready for the light show, guys. So we'll I'm going to turn off me. I need to be turned off right now. I'm going to turn off me, and we'll do the field mic, and we'll watch the as the lights go out.
Ladies and gentlemen, here it comes, the ever-popular light show. Get ready to count down with me to turn off the lights in the stadium. And here we go. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
there were occasional inmate protests and uprisings at Alcatraz. In May of 1946, a few prisoners organized an escape attempt, and the ensuing riot became known as the Battle of Alcatraz.
For your actions, you are found guilty on the charges of felony riot and third-degree criminal mischief. You are hereby sentenced to 30 days in solitary.
that is the West Band Light Show for the year. And guys, will bring back in Mike and Chris here as the fight song plays. Turn it down here a little bit. Get up. Light show is always fun to watch, guys, and needed something fun to watch after the end of that game. 30-27 loss by the Vikings, and all honesty, guys, I thought that was the game we were going to get it done.
Yeah, I mean, your offense was charged. You scored more points than you had in any other game. Your defense seemed to be charged up. They were getting stops when you needed to. I think I just kind of feel like in the end there you were counting a little bit too much on the defense to kind of bring it home and hand it to North. They took the ball when they needed to, and they drove it all the way downfield and scored. Unfortunately, we came up short when we had the ball. It was playing out and laying out to be a great finish for West. It was one of those where so many times this year we've been kind of disappointed, and here we had the ball and we had the clock and we had the timeouts, and we seemed to have things in our favor, and when we needed to come up big and put a score on the board, we couldn't move the ball.
Yeah, and unfortunately we got back into the little bit of the bad habits of playing a half. We played a really nice first half, 20-16. We got the one touchdown there on the halfback pass in the third quarter. Other than that, I think we punted 3 times and turned it over on downs right there at the end. So just didn't get anything really going offensively there in the second half.
No, and again, probably you taxed your defense out. North did what they had to. They put the ball in the hands of their playmakers. Their guys came up with the big plays when they needed, and they put the ball in the end zone. I mean, there's a team that they've won 2 close games this year. Now they've won 3 games, a total of 5 points.
Yeah.
And I mean, the positive thing though for West is they've had 2 pretty decent weeks. I mean, like Dave said earlier, they've played a half and a halfer, and I mean they're getting better as the year's going for sure. But I mean, like tonight's a tough loss for them, and
you've seen that. You've seen the progress with Free State. They took one of the best teams in the state. They lost 35-14, but they played really well against them. Olathe East, you got to throw out the first half because that was a horrible first half. But other than that, Chris, the last game and a half, last three halves really haven't been all that bad. And you can see the progress. I know it's just frustrating not to see the progress in the win column.
Yeah, and I think one of the things that I was reading the program earlier tonight, and Coach Callahan was talking about that, I really felt like the team was coming along. They were coming together, meshing as a team. Obviously, you would have wished that would have come together a little sooner in the year. But if you're going to do it, now's the time where you want to build the momentum, because everybody goes to the playoffs at the end, and it comes down to your last couple games. And if you can put together a couple a couple of wins, then you put yourself in a better position going into the playoffs. That's my positive spin on things, and that's what you got to look forward to. That's the only way the only outlook you can have on this game.
That's probably the only way you can look at it right now. So next week, Gardner Edgerton, who I think is still undefeated going into tomorrow. Only a couple undefeated teams left in 6A. We'll see that old nemesis, that Flexbone, and we'll see. And you know what, guys, they're a team that turned it around in no time. They were down where they had quite a couple of winless seasons and not a lot of success, and they've turned it around here quickly. So we'll see them next week, and then after that, you're in the first round of playoffs, and you're probably, the way it is right now, you're probably going to be somewhere between 14, 15, 16 seed. You're probably going to be playing one of the best 3 teams in the state, at least on the east side, and do that again. So we'll see how that goes, and we'll be here again next week at Gardner. We should be. If we can get some space in that press box. I don't know what it looks like. So we'll see what we can do, and we'll be back. So for the evening, this is David Compton signing off. Thanks to Mike Relihan and Chris Turner and DJ Turner. And we'll do this again next week, and Mike will let you send us away.
I just want to leave you with this. Hey, don't give up on us. We've been there. We can get it back. Things are going in a positive direction. Keep up, because we still know West environment, West parents, West band, West school, and West people are still the best.
Good night, everybody.